We live. Oh, we're going to big
We good, Jermaine?
Yes, sir.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom to the worldwide family. Peaceful Sabbath, y'all. As we get about our August business, y'all, we ain't gonna delay. We got a little bit of a few scriptures we need to go over concerning the topic at hand. So y'all know how we do. We're gonna get right to it. Let's get this prayer going. Wherever you are on this planet Earth, turn toward Holy Jerusalem.
First Kings 8 chapter.
Yes, sir. Isaiah chapter 2, from whence our help comes.
With no side permission in the name of the only God, Son.
Yes, sir.
Psalm 82. Yahweh saith in the congregation of the mighty, He judges among the gods. How long will He judge unjustly?
Yes, sir.
Except the persons of the wicked. Selah.
Selah.
Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy.
Yeah.
Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked.
Yes, sir.
They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of court.
Yes, sir.
I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O Yahweh, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations.
Hallelujah! Selah! Yes, sir. Please. So, y'all, today's lesson, we did have two I put out in here, question and answers, but we always have a class prepared in case anybody that has a question, if it's a class that's already been taught, we can point you right to that direction. And that way we don't have to repeat ourselves. You can get it at full at your own leisure. No, today's topic is the 7 seals and the 7 trumpets. The wilderness 2.0. So what we'll be explaining with that is that the difference in the 7 seals versus the 7 trumpets. They so closely intertwined like the spirit and the soul. But they're both doing different works of the Spirit by the Most High. So we want to explain that so you get your timeline together. Because all this is about time. When do each event take place? When is a seal open? When is a trumpet blown? So we don't jump the gun and we don't get ourselves mixed up and start putting trumpets already blown or, getting the seals out of sync. And we can lead individuals in the wrong direction. Every seal and every trumpet gonna deal with a time period. And it's gonna warn us because we have to understand the 7 seals will be woe or warning for coming tribulation. For each time period that is going to take place. It's going to identify the time slot and it's going to identify what's taking place when those seals are unrolled. And y'all, if y'all familiar with seals, like they would have a seal rolled up in a scroll, and they would hand it to the king, and they would break the seal, the insignia, and read of coming doom or whatever the situation may be. Now, when the trumpets blow, the trumpets are the wrath of the Most High for not yielding to the seals being opened. So you're going to get wrath from each seal when the trumpet blows for that seal. But the timing has to be in sync, y'all, so that we don't get out of sync. And it will be based on events taking place on planet Earth. So y'all, that's how we'll know the time period too, as how the nations are moving, how they're prepping for war, and just physical events happening on planet Earth. So all of that will tie in, but y'all, we got to keep it in its right time slot, or we're going to open up a seal, or we won't recognize a seal when it's open and feel the wrath of a trumpet when it blows. So y'all, it'll get clearer. We're going to give a few definitions, but y'all, what we're talking about, this is the Wilderness 2.0 that we're involved with, that these trumpets going to blow, and we're going to see when the first one blow. And sometimes a seal is open, and it may last past 1,000 years. It's what we need to understand. We ain't going to push this all into 7 years. It wasn't designed to be pushed into 7 years.
It's impossible. I mean, you can do it the most
impossible
with
yes, sir.
But the way he set it out, man, it's not going to happen like that.
Right. Absolutely, Elijah.
So, I mean, creation is what
because it's
laid out like that.
Patience.
Yeah,
Patience is a virtue.
We'll be trying to sell tickets.
Boy, look here. So y'all, that's what today's lesson is. But like I said, question and answer. So we'll get into that. But y'all know how we do before we get started. We'll just send out a shout out to our sick and shut in, y'all. Got all of the information, and Jacob shared a bit of it. Levi's homegoing, that's Levi Raphael. His homegoing is, the wake will be this coming Monday, December 29th, and the homegoing services itself will be Tuesday, December the 30th. Right now, a lot of people, if you still want to send possible flowers to the location or to his home, we have that information for you, but it's a bit busy, y'all, with the holiday season and the travel. It's causing a lot of problems even for deliveries. And now they may be involved with that 2 feet of snow per hour situation. Yeah. 2 feet per, not 2 feet, 2 inches per hour. You know, but it's going to be snowing. So y'all, everything is going to be kind of in a lockdown position. So if anybody out there, you know, we could always still send flowers after the fact, or Monday and Tuesday if they won't make it to the location of the funeral home. You can send them to his home. So we have both addresses for you. The camp has you know, sent flowers, you know, along with family members that you know, say, hey, send this one on up for me as well. So the order, you know, Melchizedek, as well as the radio station, has sent a representation in that form of comfort or sympathy, so to speak. So y'all, anybody else need any information, just let us know. Also to our brother Jeremiah, OG Jeremiah, brother Gerald, he's still in the hospital, doing much better, y'all.
Hallelujah.
You know, but you know how you get, just to get a point, you just get tired of being sick and tired of being sick. So every now and then that'll run through, but you know, he's in good spirits, y'all, but every now and then you just want to, you know, go home and, you know, be sick in your own bed sometimes. Right. But he's doing pretty good, y'all. He's eating well, and that's a good sign that if you have an appetite. So, bro's doing well in those areas, and he's welcome to any call. Anybody want to just call, you know, holler at him, keep the spirits up. You're welcome to do so. And also to our brother Kevin Robinson. Y'all know Fam was taken to the hospital last week or so, and he was in a bit of dire straits, was losing a little bit of blood. They couldn't find out where it was coming from. But most high willing, prayers And the faith of the righteous pray for bro. So they had him sitting up in a chair, and you know, tubes out of him. He's eating not all the way solid food, but he's eating well. Y'all will. So y'all, thank y'all for the many prayers that you do, and the family thank y'all. You know, his wife thank y'all. You know, Sister Francine and their daughter, Sister Keisha. Thank y'all so much for praying for brother. And also Sister Karen, pray for her mother who's taken ill, as well as her daughter's father-in-law is taken ill. And AZ Ben Yehuda, Pops, is doing much better. He's out of the rehab, and he's coming along, y'all. Recovery is steady. And that's his Pops. Some of y'all know from old school, his Pops, we called him Pilo. Y'all know from back there. And also our brethren, Reed up here, Brother Al Ben Israel, just under the weather a little bit. We told him, no, we don't share it like that. You keep that to yourself.
Selfish.
Praying for y'all for a speedy recovery. And to our many other family members, hope you're doing well. Just shouts out to that Oxy Israel. Also shouts out to Beautiful Creations. That brother Tyrone James. And to Tari, y'all. Ben Israel, shouts out to you, fam. Y'all, and Tuba, you had a couple questions before we get rolling.
Yes, sir. The first one is from Lonely Servant. And,
Shalom, Lonely Servant.
She asks, Shabbat Shalom, family. Is there a Bible that has exactly all the books included in it? Apocrypha, Pseudepigrapha, Adam and Eve, etc. altogether?
Yes, there is. Actually, we have one. It's called the Complete 54. It has a lot of the lost books, but more of the older King James Version, you will find them. You may have to go online and maybe purchase one, a full King James with the Apocrypha. You'll find it there, but like I say, the world couldn't hold or contain all of the lost books out there.
That's right.
She also said they got a foot of snow in New York City.
Already, foot of snow already. Y'all, the East Coast is going to be hit hard, y'all, and this is why we're talking about these seals right now. Things could be happening right around us. We're watching the news every day, but look, the world is going on as it normally does because they're trying to keep everything off focus. Championship football games is going on. Championship basketball games is going on. The world is happening right while these seals could possibly be open. I'm not saying just watch your surroundings and know where you at. Like me and Brother Dre just talked. When the trumpet go off, if you over here, and your wife or children is over here, you can't go back home to get nobody. Everybody got to know what to do when the horn blow, like they taught us in school. When you hear the tornado warning dropping,
Right.
you know, put your head and get up under something so we know no matter where you are, when you hear the sound blow, you know what to do. And then we'll meet up at the meeting spot. But you go back, it's going to be trouble. So yeah, you can get that Google complete volume, Bible with Apocrypha attached, and there's plenty of them out there online. What else we got to buy?
Betty Lemons had a question.
Shalom, Sister Betty Lemons.
She said, Shabbat Shalom, family, one love. Do we have a moray? If I'm reading that right, M-O-R-E-H?
Yeah.
Moray. And do we need such a person, not putting any difference concerning the word of Elohim, which I know is true, the Bible is love.
Well, and when you're talking about moray, that's a way of saying a Hebrew rabbi. You know, like Judaism has a rabbi, and then a moray is to be respected as such. No, we don't have that. We have one high priest.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
The King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Messiah. So we don't need no intercessor to go to the intercessor to get to the Father. So now we have teachers because we have the administration of Messiah that's mentioned in 1 Corinthians 12:29. He said, first are apostles, secondarily prophets, thirdly teachers. So in that form of a moray teacher, but it's based up under the guidelines of what the administration is and the role is. But they're all equal to make up one body. None is greater than the other. And the reason they're saying first apostle is these individuals had a supernatural intervention with the Most High, both physical and through a vision. So that's why they're on the list first. They like with all their heart and soul know what you're trying to possibly think about or imagine. They've actually had interaction with it. So they're called apostles. And they're just not the 12. Jacob is an apostle. Abraham is an apostle. They had interventions with the Most High. Joshua is an apostle. Moses is an apostle. So if y'all understand that, and we're going to see a little bit of that today when we get into opening up these seals. So I hope that answered that. You know, we are brethren, y'all. If you look at anyone with more knowledge or anything, yeah, there's individuals that you may call upon to get some understanding, but you can't be put in a position or have in your mindset that they or somebody special. No, we just like everybody else. To much is given, much is required. So when you're third on the list and you're in teaching, that means we got to be up on our game, ready for all questions that come toward us and answering them according to the Bible, because it answers itself.
That's right.
We just got to point you to the direction. We ain't doing nothing. It's just been passed on to us from 2,000 years ago. How we talk about we something special? No, we ain't nothing special, y'all. We brothers and sisters. We have one Father, and we have a high priest, his son, and then we brothers. Now, don't get that wrong as far as order and elder, because it's a household. Father, mother, son, children, father, mother, children, and it's set up that way spiritually. So we got to keep in the mind of a family, and then we'll get out of religious teachings of thinking about mores and different things, like how Farrakhan may talk about Elijah Muhammad, or this group may talk about the general out there, he's third in command. That type of foolishness. An intercessor to get to the intercessor, to get to the Father. Man worship, that's what I'm talking about. Worse than COVID. You had something else? You want to say that? Okay. So what else we got there too, Bobby? Good? Oh, go ahead, Sister Karen.
I just wanted to share with you that my grandson that first wanted to come to fellowship in Texas, the one that I texted you about, that 13 years old guy that opened up the door for him to start his own social media. And then at the last minute, my son that has my mother staying at his home and stuff, my grandson was scared to go over my son's house to make amends because they wasn't talking because of this family intermingling where the daddy slept with the
tomfoolery, yeah.
But the point being, he left home to get away from all of that. But I told him at 13 years old, him and my other grandson spent so much time playing games. I said, if God gave them little young boys an invention in their garage and they come up with this Google, I said, y'all play so much games, you can invent your own games if you trust God to give you wisdom how to do. Long story short, he came up with the invention at 13 years old. After he practiced in his parents' basement where his big stuff, he had his room down there. While they was family feuding upstairs, he was downstairs communicating with somebody in Texas that was a Facebook friend. Long story short again.
Go ahead, sis. I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
He moved down to Texas, and every time he would come back up and visit, he would always call me. Well, I always let my family know I ain't no better than nobody else, but the same thing is Christ is using me, and you don't hold my past against me.
Right.
If Christ, if my father let go, you better let go and follow me as I follow Christ. So my grandchildren they're grown now, they're listening and out on missions of their own, moving to get away from their family. He didn't want to come today. He wanted to come.
Yeah.
And all day he was with me and he wanted to come. And at the last minute, when service was about to begin, my son said he was going to do something intermingling. But my grandson wants to be around his family.
Well, look at this, sis. We understand what you're saying, but we just got to get rolling. So just give us a point. He wanted to come today, but he couldn't because of a family event. But look, he can always look at the class online.
I told him that the point is he wanted to be back around the family because he's learning things about how the Spirit is using our family hating each other that he's wanting to be around me, and I always let him know it's not me, it's Christ in me as the elder of the family.
Absolutely, sis. Keep pumping it to him. Keep pumping it to him and have him tune in on the class.
His name is Joshua Thompson. He's my daughter's son that used to come to fellowship.
Well, we're praying for Joshua that he gets through what he needs to.
Joshua in the battle of Jericho.
Yeah, we'll get it, sis. We understand that Joshua will come on around. Just keep letting him see that walk. So we good too, Bob?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it, y'all. The 7 seals and the 7 trumps. So y'all, what we want to do, how we want to get started, y'all know how we do. Our one and only high priest, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, locally known as Jesus the Christ. He's our one and only high priest after the order of Melchizedek. He brings forth the law to every male, female, rich, poor, free and bond, Jew and Gentile. So what we want to do, y'all, is get understanding of time periods and time slots, and how long a seal may be open, and how long before it closed, and what comes behind it from not heeding the warning. Y'all, it's almost like you get a notice, hey, payment due date approaching. Then you get another one. Yeah, then you get, that's the one we don't even pay no attention to. They talking about this approach. Yeah, I got 21 more days. You know? And then you get the next one, and it said, you know, your date has passed.
Subject to immediate.
Yeah. Disconnection if you don't do something right now. When you get that one that say the 16th and it's the 18th, you already behind. There ain't no, they say you can't even make arrangements now. You're cut off at this point. So y'all, this is where we want to be. We don't want to let that window of opportunity close upon us, because it's going to be detrimental, y'all, to everybody. Y'all think it's bad now and we in the land of plenty. It's going to get rough, y'all. And it may just get rough with just, you may be able to live good, but the weather going to make it rough for everybody. I don't care how much money you got. 2 inches an hour dropping at the speed they're doing, it's going to create a lot of havoc and mayhem. Let's get it, y'all. So how we going to start this off, y'all? We want to get a definition of the Hebrew word for seal and the one for trumpet.
Seal is H2368.
Yes, sir.
Kothon is a seal, signet, or signet ring.
And y'all, so it just describe what it seal. Well, usually, like you see a lot of times, like a wax seal, a king will stick his ring in hot wax and seal it on a letter. That's the seal of approval. A lot of times, y'all, we call that, yes sir, the notary public is like a seal, if you want to understand. It's the official seal of a document that makes it legal. Go ahead, Jeff.
That was it.
That was it? Okay. Well, so it's in like manner, and like you're saying, when you open it, it explains instructions or something to go there. Come on, bro, come on in. Come on, Lord, come on in. Come on, y'all, come on in. Go have a seat, y'all. I thought Wardy P was with y'all. Wardy P ain't coming down too?
No.
Oh, he ain't? Okay, you from Texas though, right? Yeah. What's your name again, bro?
Nick.
Bro Nate? Nick, bro Nick, yeah. Lord is in the building, y'all. Yeah. Come on in, man. Y'all look. Help yourself something to eat, and drink, grab your spot. There's a few chairs over here, y'all. We just getting started. The 7 seals and the 7 trumpets in the wilderness. Y'all know how we do our glories. Y'all can raise your hand, ask any question at any time. Go ahead, what we at now, Zed? Trumpets. Yeah.
H8643.
Yeah.
And it's alarm, signal, sound of a tempest, shout or blast of war or alarm or joy.
So that all signifies trumpets. And when you hear a trumpet blow, y'all, trouble is on the way.
Yes, sir.
So we want to understand the seals, when they're open, they get you prepared for the trumpet that's about to blow. We just got to keep everything in its time slot. We cannot fit 7 trumpets into the 7 years of tribulation. It don't work that way. That means you got one blowing every other weekend, so to speak. So y'all, we got to make sure we put everything in this right dispensation when those seals are open, because he gives us time to get it right. Like Noah, 120 years, he kept warning them, look, the seal has been open, y'all got to get yourself right. But they waited till the trumpet blew for that seal and the door closed. Now you're hearing, okay, we'll do right, just open the door back up. No, you had 120 years, the door was wide open. So in like manner, y'all, with what's coming to this earth right now, with what's taking place on this earth, y'all, we're in the four corners of the wilderness. Because we're in the wilderness of the people. The four corners is where we're going to be taken from. So if it's four corners, then there ain't no one specific location.
Right.
Or that would be three corners, and then we meet at the fourth corner spot. But there'll be gathering from the east. There are going to be gatherings in Jerusalem. There's going to be gathered in the north, in the south, and in the west. Everybody going to be gathered from the four corners, y'all. It's nuclear holocaust on the horizon. So, y'all, let's go ahead and get at it, y'all. What we want to do is get to the name of the class, the 7 seals and the 7 trumpets, the wilderness 2.0. So let's get into the wilderness 2.0 and not being in the wilderness 1.0. That's where the confusion is at. The wilderness 1.0 was under the priesthood of Aaron being the high priest and Moses being the priest. When wilderness 2.0, where the Messiah is the high priest after the order of Melchizedek, it's a different level of understanding. It's a different fight. It's the move to spiritual now that seals are open, bottomless pits are open, things that happen in Egypt when the plague started hitting is on this level at a whole nother level because of technology. AI is going to take this thing to another level, y'all. If it were possible, they would deceive the very elect. This is how sharp it's going to be when you're masquerading as an angel of light. And I'm talking about, y'all, we ain't nothing but dirt men. Yes, and we talking about he conned a third of the angel. This boy know how to con supernatural. So that's why he coming and hoping you have the Holy Spirit in it, and he can con you, and then there's no forgiveness in this world or the world to come if you blaspheme against the Holy Spirit.
That's right. Blot out your light.
Because it'll blot out your light, absolutely. So y'all, let's get this started. In Ezekiel 20 and verse 33, y'all, we're talking about the wilderness 2.0, y'all. Ain't nowhere to run but where you at.
Can't go to Panama.
Can't go to Panama. Ain't nothing there. They got wilderness too going on. When they get there, they like, we trying to get to America. You running here.
Yeah,
We ain't got nothing to eat here.
We were just talking to a little Hamite. Well, he might be a Israelite. He's over in Gambia, and he FaceTimed me in Azariah last night, and he was talking to us, and we asked him, do you believe in Christ? No, we had him Jesus.
Yeah, we said you know Jesus, you believe in Jesus?
He said no.
He said no.
When we said Yeshua, Mashiach, he said, oh yeah. Because he thought Jesus, he said Jesus, that's a white boy. I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
And y'all, and this is what it comes down to, a look or a color versus keeping the commandments, which is obedience or disobedience.
Right.
And see, and even if you're saying, if he's the power he was, and if, just saying because we believed it before we found out who he was, that he was a white boy, and we accepted God's word. And I'm saying until we found out the truth of the matter.
Right.
Color don't matter if you don't be obedient.
Right.
All you know is what he looked like.
No, we were just saying that.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, that's what I'm saying. A name changes your faith and belief and understanding because it's too much more to deal with when you're saying, I don't want to deal with that name. Well, you're going to block yourself out of a lot of things because I don't care what concordance you get. It'll say Jesus from the Greek, Aisu, from the Latinist, from the Hebrew, Joshua, meaning salvation. Now, you get something else that's saying something else, then make it say that. But the bottom line is saying the name ain't going to get it done because the script say if you don't say no name and you keep the commandments, then you showing the world what his name is, and it's called obedience. What you got over there, sis?
Hold on, but I just want to finish because that That wasn't the gist of our conversation.
No.
That was just the beginning of it.
Oh, that was just a beginning,
That was the
boy.
beginning.
I'm like, hold on.
That's how it started.
Yeah. Well,
When it got into obedience
yeah.
and law,
Yeah.
keeping the law and everything of that nature, and discussing situations versus their situation versus our situation.
Yeah.
Their poor versus our poor.
Yeah.
You know, and comparing the two. And like I was telling him, because he's like, man, we poor over here, you know, I want to get to America. I said, well, we poor over here too.
Yeah.
I said, poor don't have no location.
Show them.
I said, poor is poor. I
Yes,
said, your
sir.
poor may be different than our poor.
Yes, sir.
We may have access to certain things that you don't. I say, however, we being murdered daily over here.
Yeah. Yeah. And see.
I say, we have a whole bunch of other things that we have to deal with that you don't even see
that
on
you don't see.
TV.
Yes, sir. You
They
heard about it
don't
in the
show you.
news.
I say, so don't believe the hype.
Yeah.
I say, because your poor may be a lot more safer than our poor.
Yeah. And look, we in the wilderness, so y'all, we understand that Egypt back in the day, all nations, Jacob packed it up and went to Egypt because they had bread and corn. So y'all have to understand, America feeds the entire planet Earth. It's considered the spiritual Egypt sports. Like Egypt was, this is on the spiritual side of it, so to speak. That now we're dealing with gods and different things, and they're feeding all four, and then they're putting sanctions on people. They're feeding based off of sanctions. You do for us, we'll send you bread. You do for us, we'll send you medicine. But I'm talking about now, y'all, some nations, for a headache and different things, they say you ain't getting nothing past baby aspirins unless you agree to some of the things we're saying. If you want stronger health, then you have to bow down. Y'all see, this is all over planet Earth, but if you look at the old wilderness, the same thing. The pattern gonna be the same. It's just four corners. America just feeds the world. That's what we gotta understand. All of the corn, all of the wheat, going over all seas, y'all. So everybody's looking to come here because just like if you look at it the other day, Jacob came. And in Genesis 12 chapter, Abraham even had to go, up to Canaan, where there was food up there, and then he ended up having to go to Egypt after he got to Canaan.
Right.
And he had to tell Sarah, look, you my sister, but we got to eat. We gonna starve to death. So it's understandable, Elijah, why they want to come here, because they see everything still happening, the games going on.
Oh yeah, I mean, we told them we understand your position, no doubt, by any means. We know everybody was trying to get here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of Israelites trying to flee
And
Babylon,
get out of here.
only to come back.
Look, only to come back, and the main thing is when we going off of 1.0, because what we going to read, it say it have to be just like 1.0. Pharaoh opened the prisons up. He said, you in here for triple murder, get out of here. You in here for child molestation, get out of here. All y'all got to be out of Egypt or these plagues ain't going to stop. Everybody open the prison up. So when you got a flea doctrine that don't open up the prison, you know why, Elisha? Because we got so many people that are on free cases, like Joseph was on a free case.
That's right.
Of rape and adultery on a free case.
But see that
You can't leave them behind. Like
that flee Babylon doctrine and mindset is a selfish doctrine.
yeah,
Because they're not thinking about the sick and shut in.
yeah,
They're not thinking about the ones in the prison houses or any of that. Or any of the ones who are lost in the wilderness without knowledge.
yeah,
They're not even feeding them.
Yeah.
They're just trying to pack up and burn out. But only problem with that is when they pack up and burn out, they want to set up a destination location and fleece the people that they convinced to flee with them.
oh my God, yeah.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
So they create a cult camp in the wilderness
Yes, sir. And that's what you
that's susceptible to pedophilia, rape, and all the other abominations that the Most High is against.
You know why? Because his face is still on the money.
Yes, sir.
So when his face still on the money, you ain't got your kingdom. You're setting up a kingdom inside of captivity.
Prison.
So you it's like having a camp inside a prison. There's still the ward. Somebody still hollering lights out. What you got, AZ?
No, it was just, the conversation just shows that it goes back to Bible prophecy where it says, in this mystery the gospel shall be preached in all the world.
Yeah.
And then shall the end come.
Yes, sir.
And they was calling us from Gambia.
Yeah.
And
A little
Africa.
small.
Four corners,
A
y'all.
little small time.
Look, ain't no way we could have did this 20 or 30 years ago. The internet does everything in real time. So when the Antichrist is put on earth, you're going to get woke up whatever time zone you
That's
in.
right.
That phone going to be hollering. You're going to be saying, get your mind right. Whatever money you think you got, it's been frozen out until you check this box to say I'm on board with the Antichrist. Then we'll release your funds. That money you got stashed under the mattress, you might as well put that in the fireplace. We don't use that no more. Or you could bring it down to the post office. For every $10, we'll give you $1 of the cash money that you have.
You gotta take this mark up.
Yeah. What you saying, mister?
You want to give you 50-50.
Go ahead, give your enough respect. What you got, sis?
Just going to go back to the fact when, the discussion was about what color Christ was.
Yeah.
That he honors his word above his name, that regardless of what.
Thank you, sister. That's what we teach. Absolutely, because you
Because
can't.
a lot of people were mistaught about
Yeah.
what color he was until he grew in the
Well-
knowledge of the fact that he changes not, that he is coming back with skin of bronze and hair of wool.
Yeah.
That's who he is, and he changes not.
Right, and the problem we got to understand first spiritually on that, and then the physical point. But you're absolutely right, y'all. But look, that's the whole deal. If the Antichrist come back looking like what you just described, you still hook, line, and sinker. If the Antichrist come back looking just like it said, woolly hair, dark brown skin, saying I'm of the tribe of Judah, and he on this earth saying that and sitting in the temple, and you see the sun and the moon still activating on this 12-hour program, that's an imposter.
Yes, that's not.
No matter how or what he's doing, no matter how he looking, that's why we're saying we're gonna have to be extra careful that he don't come back as looking just like a Hebrew.
Right.
The Antichrist could come back like that. It ain't said he has to come out of no other nation. It ain't never said that.
Nope.
It calls him the son of perdition.
Because if it says he shall fool, if it was possible,
So he
he
should
should fool the very elect.
One Judas
How would you
Iscariot,
almost-
the Israelite
How
life.
would you almost fool the very elect?
You have to almost go.
If the very elect is counted on color.
Yeah, if they count on color. See, but we count on obedience and truth. Be not shaken by what you see, unless the sun and the moon is darkened. And if somebody on earth saying they the Messiah, don't you believe it? Don't you run to it? It's 3-card Monty.
And that's why Messiah said, have no images of him.
Absolutely. So you don't get caught up.
John 4:24 say, the Most High is a spirit, and all those that
Yeah.
worship him must worship him in spirit and truth.
Yes, sir.
We can't look for no image of him.
Yeah.
If we're looking for image, then we already lost.
And
Because
look,
you called up on flesh.
Yep.
and look, it's going to be an appealing image that you will accept.
Yeah, they gonna.
You ain't going to accept one if he was looking like Yapakota on this photo. You be like, no, that ain't the Jesus, the black Jesus we looking for.
But see,
You
Satan,
ain't got no Billy D. Williams in
but
there?
see, this is the thing. Satan know what
Yes,
your
sir.
lust
Yeah,
is.
he do.
He know what you're looking for.
Yes,
you know
sir.
you're looking for an image.
Yes, sir.
But in that same.
He gonna feed you just that image that you're looking for.
Yes, sir.
That bronze, curly, or
Yeah.
white throat.
Yeah.
But if he have the spirit of Satan,
It ain't gonna matter.
how many Israelites you know that got the spirit of Satan?
Look, Judas Iscariot got his feet washed and he cast out demons.
We wouldn't be like that.
Huh?
I want y'all to understand what I'm saying. Judas Iscariot got his feet washed
Yeah.
and he cast out demons. But he was doing it the glory for himself.
Right.
He kept understanding and he's saying, if I could just make the kingdom happen now. You mean to tell me we gotta wait 2 more thousand years going by? Hell, a man ain't lived 1,000 years. How am I live 2,000? So I got to wait now. I got to be patient. Oh no, this ain't happening. I'm going to them Romans. Y'all want him? I know who he is. See, he tried to force the second coming. No patience. Didn't realize he had to take the dirt now. That's why we got to have hope in the resurrection, y'all.
That part first.
Y'all look.
Resurrection.
If they launch a nuclear warhead, y'all, we got some problems. If they hit Kansas City, we got 45 minutes to get ready to breathe radiation. Nuclear radiation. 45 minutes. I'm talking about hit the heart of Kansas City. 45 minutes to get ready.
That's why he says keep all.
What you got, two back? Cause y'all, we gonna have to roll, y'all. Go ahead. What you got?
Lonely Seven in the chat asks, ain't that about that. Isn't drawing images of our Messiah or the Lord or angels a violation of the second commandment?
Yes, it is.
Well, and look, it says to bow down and worship
That
it.
they'll
Yes.
worship it.
So it's a part 2 to that. The only problem is part 1 will make you do it, so it's best to just stay away from it.
Exactly.
That's why every picture of the Messiah or anybody that's seen anybody in the glory coming from up on high, they face shown 10,000 times the sun, so you couldn't get an image anyway.
Right.
It was always blocked from you. That's why
Right.
all the descriptions is from the loins down and everywhere, because of the image was so bright you couldn't draw it if you wanted to.
And see, this is the problem. And see, a lot of us artists, visual artists,
Yeah.
me being one, you got to read and understand Isaiah 40.
Yeah.
Because to create an image and one bows down to it, you have become
you
just as
curse-
guilty as the
yeah.
one who's
Bow
bound down to it.
Yes, sir.
Cursed
Because
is the
you
image
created
and cursed
the
is the hands.
That made it.
And y'all, and what
And
we
so
talk,
a lot of times,
Go ahead,
let's
Dr.
go, man. A lot of times we make these images because we want people to acknowledge the truth.
yeah,
However, you're still in violation.
Right.
You don't need an image to bring forth truth.
Yeah.
It's absolute. It needs no support. It definitely don't need no visual support.
because Most High Show said it. You
You
saw no
understand?
image.
So when you do that, and it's no different than the crosses we put out.
Yeah,
It's idolatry.
yeah,
It's when you give it power.
yeah,
And see, a lot of times, brothers and sisters create these images because they wanna enact proof and do away with the Caesar Borgia image.
Yeah, yeah.
However, you're still in violation because if someone has this image and when they pray, that's what they're seeing.
yeah,
And that's the image that
Yeah.
they hold on to, or
Yeah.
if someone asks them, who is that up there with the
Yeah.
white hair and the flaming
That's
eyes?
Jesus. Yeah.
Oh, that's Jesus.
yeah,
No, you in violation.
yeah.
You in complete
Absolutely,
violation. I don't care how beautiful it is. I don't care if he's blacker than black or whiter than white. It don't matter. No images.
Yeah.
We're in violation.
And y'all, and what he's speaking of is because it's a group out there, them purple boys, IUIC, Free Case Ray, has an image of himself as the Messiah. He ain't fooling us. When you look at that image of Christ, that's Free Case Ray. You can superimpose his face over. And how we know it is because on the Passover, he rode in on a horse, like Hosea in the heights. And people looking at him ready, crying and weeping, and he on a horse up in a Passover. Who you represent that you are, and you got mugs and t-shirts, that's your image. So that's why they start to see him as somebody greater than he's supposed to be. So y'all, let's get this, y'all. We gotta get caught up, y'all. We way behind the 8 ball.
We ain't read none of
Ezekiel 20:33.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 33. As I live, says the Elohim
You got it
Yahweh.
there? Okay, hold on one second.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 33.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 33.
As I live, says the Elohim Yahweh.
Yes, sir.
Surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm
Uh-huh.
and with fury poured out will I rule over you.
Yes, sir.
And I will bring you out from the people.
Where you gonna bring you out from?
From the people.
Uh-huh.
And I will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered with a mighty hand.
So it ain't one location. He said countries, that's plural, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
That's more than one location. Go ahead.
And with a stretched out arm.
Uh-huh.
And with fury poured out.
Yes, sir.
And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people.
The what kind of wilderness?
The wilderness of the people.
Uh-huh.
And there will I plead with you face to face.
So he's saying out of all 4 locations to one location, but understand this second one, the one location, if you think it is one, is never mentioned. It's saying you just gonna be in a wilderness among the people. That's why the Messiah was saying when the tares and the wheat grow up there, he said let them grow up together, not in the same doctrine, but in the same surroundings. Because we're in the world, but what? Not of the world. So you're going to be around this type of wilderness where every doctrine on planet Earth. Right now, y'all, we in the season of the customs of the people. Got one more coming called New Year's.
Kwanzaa right now.
Kwanzaa right now, that where they're going into it.
I'm older than Quan.
You know, so y'all have to understand that We are in the wilderness of the people. Even if you go back to Jerusalem, you still in the wilderness because they lead in the gay pride parade. It's worse than anywhere on earth in Jerusalem with the gay pride. They march down Tel Aviv, butt out jeans on, little boys and little girls with grown people clothes on, and they marching down the middle of Tel Aviv. You talking about trotting under the foot of the Gentiles, y'all. So it ain't nowhere to run in Jerusalem, y'all. You're in the wilderness where you at. Maintain it. Hold on.
Yeah.
And wait for this, because every nation on this earth got nuclear warheads pointing toward Jerusalem. So ain't no need in going there.
Come on.
What else you got? Who got something? Go ahead, you got.
Question in the chat from us.
We're going to keep reading this though. Go ahead.
Senator Ford asks, would Satan look like so-called blacks too, if we hold to the made and young?
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
this is what we're talking about. When you get down to color, you want to make the devil white now.
Right.
But if he's an archangel and you quote what Michael looked like, then he would be in the same line. They under the same creation.
Right.
You know, so then the devil turns white. You understand what I'm saying?
Because it don't fit you.
Because it don't fit your narrative of color. The Bible don't deal with color. There's nobody in the Bible from the nation of black.
And let me make this point real quick, Dan.
Go ahead, bro.
Everywhere you see in the scriptures where it mentions black, understand this. The terminology for black and white folks didn't come around till the 16th century.
Yeah.
So this was written way before then. So this term black was introduced as describing something else and not just the person's nationality of color.
No, it wasn't.
Because if that was so, then what about the Hamites? They just as black as us.
Blacker.
See?
So it can't be about color, because most of the time, like Dan had mentioned before, when you read the color black, it's mentioning a state of condition that we were in at that time. Even when it says their faces were blacker than coal. It talks about the destruction of Israel at the time. He said, how did the gold turn dim?
Lamentations 4 you speak of.
Yeah, Lamentations 4.
Yeah.
So it talks about we have to keep everything within the context in which it's mentioned.
Yeah.
So if it's talking about the downfall of Israel, then black is not mentioned in this color for validation of what the tribe looked like.
Yes.
It's not skin color, it's talking about the condition.
Yes, sir.
The conditioning of the tribe at that time.
Yes, sir. Because
It's black. It's darkness.
It say, and Jacob descended from Isaac, and Isaac descended from Abraham, and Abraham descended from black. Ain't no such thing.
White people didn't consider themselves white people before at that time. They were named by their nationality.
Yeah.
I'm either Irish or I'm Scandinavian or Polish or all this and everything. This white terminology came about so that the poor white will buy into their own destruction and support financially the upper class whites.
Yes, sir.
That had nothing to do with
color
or nationality. It was for classism.
And when they get you to see color versus condition versus skin color, it's going to be a problem, y'all, with these scriptures, because it don't do skin color. It do skin color and it compares it to an idol. He was dark as the tents of Kedar. So that means we need to look up the tents of Kedar and see how dark it is, and then say, oh, okay, King Ahab was this color right here, because it said compare it with the tents of Kedar. So that we don't get mixed up, as all we do. And it say there's the color of amber from the loins upward, from the loins down. Then just Google amber. It's simple. And it say that's how his loins look. Other than that, you not getting no, and his face look like this. Because you still going to have a problem with color game in Lamentation 4 when it's talking about it. The Nazarites are purer than snow. They were whiter than snow. And they say, but the visage is blacker than the coal. Now, wait a minute. He got a black face, but white arms and legs. So, okay. I guess you got your color man then. Your man of color. Come on. Like, see, and then Solomon, when it's describing Solomon, he's like this. He's like white ivory towers. Y'all going to run into a problem of you trying to figure out what's the difference. It tells us when it wants us to understand. Everywhere Esau is mentioned, the word red is there. Everywhere Israel is mentioned, it's called ruddy. Songs of Solomon. And 1 Samuel talking about David. And when you look up ruddy, it means mahogany, or blood coming up through the flesh. It gives that mahogany look. But red is flesh with no pigment. It only, when you look up red in the Bible, it's only going to lead to Esau and his 12 tribes. And ruddy going to lead to Jacob and his 12 tribes.
Because wherever the blood pools, it becomes really red in those areas. Like in his nose, his cheeks, his ears, and everything.
Yeah. Y'all know what mahogany look like, y'all, or a penny with blood rush up through flesh. It's the same thing. It gives us that look, that glow of melanin. Some people don't have melanin in their skin. So they're red like a hairy garment. Just look up a red hairy garment. That's all you have to do, y'all. And you be like, oh, this what he look like.
Mom.
What we got back there? Let's get it, y'all. Go ahead, sis.
Brother Dad,
Yeah.
before you go on, I was just thinking in the Testament of Isaiah,
Yeah.
it just says the lawlessness, and it gives you the image of it, but it never said any color.
You never said what?
And you never mentioned any color.
Right.
Like you're saying.
Well, see, it's not about color. It's about obedience and disobedience. Because the problem is, even if they say this is exactly like how God looked, well, the problem is it's still the first, second, and third commandment is still in violation. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's like champion fringes over the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit was at the beginning. It set everything back in order because it's true. Fringes came from disobedience. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob believed in the Most High and never wore fringes. Fringes came off of disobedience. You can't champion disobedience over the Holy Spirit. You got your fringes on, brother. You gonna champion me a cause in the wilderness? 6 days he did right, and on the seventh he disobeyed, and you championed that, and then you had to give me that so it'll help me obey?
Right.
And you gonna tell me, yes, it's our custom and we weren't, but the world should see us as we don't do what we did in the wilderness no more when we got them on. But if you in a mug shop with your fringes on, there's some problems up here with you.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Emo. Go ahead.
So it's the same thing. No. Anyway.
What you saying, Emo?
You
Okay. Think about it, Emo. You'll write it down. Go ahead. Let's roll. What you had said on this, y'all. We got to pick this up, y'all. We got to get caught up. Go ahead, Emo. You thought about it?
So it's no, I don't know about it. It's just like I was studying and he was supposed to have married his brothers.
Who? Who was he? Who? Onan?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened to him?
Yeah.
Oh, spilling it on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a form of one form of what the world called polygyny that was allowed, but it's never called polygamy because it's a Greek word that can't never be mentioned in Hebrew. You can't say polygamy in Hebrew. It's impossible. It says if a man take another wife. That's a if possibility. If no man take a second wife, it's still on the table, but this was one about Onan. Judah had 4 sons. One of them died, and then the other brother take the wife. Well, he did give your brother's name, don't let it get off the earth. He should have never done the act. He should have just got the shoe throwed at him. But he got in there and got out of there, and it caused a problem, so the Lord killed him. So now third boy, Shelah, is up. Well, Judah don't even give him to Shelah either. He like, look, I ain't ready for him. I don't think he ready for marriage yet. And he ended up going into his daughter-in-law. And then she had twins. So, y'all, this is what we're talking about, disobedience. Yeah. It ain't nothing to do with color. What we're talking about, the Most High say, do it like this, and you say, no, I'm going to do it like this. And you should accept that.
Right.
But y'all, let's get to it, y'all, because this is where we're in the wilderness of the people, y'all, and there's a lot of things out here since the internet been opened up and a lot of people chasing the wind, as it say, in the last days. Fables and false doctrines and itchy ear doctrines on the rise. Let's get it, y'all. Where we at? 20, Ezekiel 20, and where you at? 37?
36.
36. Go ahead.
Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness, of the land of Egypt.
Uh-huh.
So will I plead with you, says the Elohim
So
Yahweh.
he said it's got to be just like it was in that wilderness. I'm going to plead with you. And what plead mean is I'm giving out sentences. See, plead mean, come on, y'all. Can y'all just do right? Now, y'all just did 400 years. And please just do right. I'm pleading. If you think that's what a plea is what plea is. Like when you hear somebody getting a plea deal in this nation, they done acknowledge some form of guilt. I plead. I'm making a plea deal. Not guilty is not guilty. Nobody makes a plea deal and it said he's not guilty. Not with a plea deal. So when the Most High plead with us, he say, all y'all guilty. I'm going to hand down sentences right now if I don't get some straightening out of y'all minds. I just brought y'all out of there. Y'all don't want America no more, do you? Do you want to go back to that? So we got to cleanse you of that felony list. 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Ezekiel 18 chapter, the felony list. You cannot go into the kingdom if you practicing the felony list. It's one thing somebody done force that on you or something like that and you're trying to get out. It's another thing when you lose your shame for it and say, look, he made me like this and I'm going to die like this.
This is who I am.
That's what he going to plead. He going to say, look, I'm going to swallow you up out here just like I did Dathan and Korah. I'm pleading with you now. If you don't accept what I'm saying, this what you got coming. That's the plea deal. Go ahead, read some more.
Verse 37.
Yeah.
And I will cause you to pass under the rock.
Uh-huh.
And I will bring you into the bond of the covenant.
So even if you make it through the wilderness, you still have to come under the rod of correction. You still have to get that felony list cleaned out of you so you can get into them gates. Or we're going to bring them felonies into these camps like we see today. They're bringing them 1 Corinthians 6 and 9 and Ezekiel 18 right into them camps here in captivity. And we keep hearing about it. You have to be cleansed of that, and nobody's doing the cleansing process before they build these man-made kingdoms here on earth. Nobody's doing the cleansing process because the deal is how much money you got to join us.
That's what it is.
Hey, what you coming with? What your pockets flat as the plains of Kansas? Who is this?
He's not getting in.
Who is this? Go ahead.
So it's just like in Jubilee, he was talking about, he said, our righteousness is not, we should want the uprightness, we should be upright in his righteousness. That's how good, upright in his righteousness.
Well, the only way we do that, Emo, we got to keep the commandments. Like I said,
obedient.
let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
I mean, we can't
Fear
be
God
upright in his
and keep his
righteousness.
commandments.
Can't be upright in his righteousness and we choosing to do whatever.
And do wickedness, yeah. It's more than a notion. Y'all, look, keeping the law don't mean you never break one. Keeping the law, it says, if you break this law,
Repent.
this is what you do to get back in good grace. So that means keeping the law. So if you fall off, you still keep your instructions. Come on now. You still keep your instructions on how they should be. But let's speed this up, y'all. We got to get going. We way behind. Where you at? Verse what?
Verse 38.
Yeah. We're in Ezekiel 20:38.
And I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgressed against me.
In the wilderness? Go ahead.
I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn. And they shall not enter into the land of Israel.
Right.
And ye shall know that I am the Elohim.
So when y'all read the rest of it, y'all gonna see why we're talking wilderness 2.0. And just like they got warnings, we're gonna see the few warnings that they had, the seals that were open. You know, because look, in the book of Jasher, when Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh, 2 years passed before they went back. That's how long that seal was open. Look, Pharaoh, you got to let him go. Our God gonna deal with you. You're like, I don't know who your God is. After 2 years, Moses and Aaron came back. They said, time up on that seal. What you gonna do? Man, I ain't heard nothing about your God. I don't see your God on none of our scrolls. Man, who is this? Who is this Yah God y'all talking about? Man, get out of here. If he was some y'all, wouldn't be in captivity. Get the hell out of here.
Right.
Moses and Aaron. 2 years passed, y'all. So this is what we want you to understand. The first seal opened when Messiah was crucified. That's when the seals opened. How long that's been? Since the crucifixion.
2000.
Over 2,000, ain't it, y'all? Have we got the seal number 2 yet? This is why we're saying you can't push the seals into the 7-year tribulation. Time has to go by to get everything straightened back out so we get back to the Garden of Eden like it was before Adam and Eve sinned. where children are born not shaping in iniquity. They're not born in sin. Sin is transgression of the law. They're shaping in iniquity. I'm coming with something from 23 of the chromosomes from my mom and my daddy, and one of them may have a defect. So I'm shaping in iniquity because of that defect. But I can't be born in sin because the baby has to transgress in the womb. Let's speed this up. Where we at? Let's get this next one. Isaiah 9, 6 and 7, because y'all, something very important in here that this is running rampant too, that we say Yeshua is God. A lot of people think we're saying we replacing the Father. Not once have we said that. What we're saying, there's something called the Godhead, the three that bear record.
That's right. 1 John 5.
Christ has been given a position for earth, not the throne of the Father. He ain't never been given that position. And he's going to be called a title and a name. And you may look at that and say, wait a minute, he leapfrogging, he trying to take God's spot. How dare him? Ain't he doing what Satan did? No, he's not. One is promised something, one wanted to take over. Two different things, y'all. One is worthy of something, the other one ain't. Yeah. He heavy into coveting what don't belong to him. Y'all, let's get it real quick. Isaiah 9, 6 and 7, then we're going to run right to 2 Thessalonians. Because what it's down to is the Son of the Most High and the Son of Satan for the battle of the kingdom on earth. And the people that's on earth. That's what the battle is, y'all. It's World War III first. Spiritually, the first World War, Genesis 1 and 1, when Satan was throughout that chaotic world, Jeremiah 4:23 backs that up. That flood, that was World War number 1. Then World War number 2 is the flood. And then we got the final assault. The Most High coming with brimstone and fire. His World War III versus the nation's World War III. Had they won, had they two, and they mounting up for World War III. For who? He coming with his armies. The Messiah coming with his armies. The showdown is taking place on planet Earth. Let's get it, y'all. Isaiah 9, 6 and 7.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born.
What is born?
A child is born.
So this takes this being the Father off the table.
Right.
Go ahead.
Unto us a son is given.
What is given?
A son is given.
Takes the Father off the table again.
And the government shall be upon his shoulders.
What's going to be upon his shoulders?
The government shall be upon his shoulders. And his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Yah, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Now some have problem with the Counselor, the Mighty God, and the Everlasting Father. Look, you don't have a problem saying Father Abraham. And Abraham ain't nowhere on the level. He bowed to Messiah in Genesis 18. Just like Joshua bowed to the Messiah, Joshua 10. So what we're talking about here is they see him in the Godhead, never replacing the Father, but technically like the vice president of this nation, so to speak. I'm just putting it in that term. That if something was ever to happen, a war power transfer, it goes to the person next in charge. And he's given all of the accolades. He said, look, when we created earth, we created it for you and you to run it. I run the heavens. The heavens, the universe can't contain me, so you can't run this either. You were in on the creation. So let's get that straight. So when you're in on the creation, you are part of God. Look, ain't we going to be called the children of God? So if you're going to be called the children of God, what that makes you? Not God, but the God. If you can be a royal priesthood, and we got high priests, how can you then be part of the royal priesthood if you're not accepting the Godhead? You're not in charge. You're just running the program that your God told you is a godly program, which makes you godly if you do it. If you do a wicked program, what that make you? We don't have no problem calling the wicked, do we? So why do we have a problem calling obedience godly? And let's get it straight, a God can't die. Not physically. Ain't no grave marker say, here lies Satan and the third of the angels. No grave marker. No headstones. So let's not fool ourselves to think we're dealing with somebody that's of flesh and blood like we are, causing this chaos that's going on earth right now. The war started in heaven according to Revelation 12 chapter. Moved to earth. That was World War I.
Yes, sir.
The war in heaven. Genesis 1 and 1.
Genesis 1 and 1 and
1 and 2. 2 Peter 3, 5 down to 8. And Jeremiah 4:23 runs that chaos in World War I. Go ahead, y'all. Let's get some more of this.
Verse
2
7.
Thessalonians. Huh?
I gotta
No, you got
read
verse
verse
7.
7.
Okay.
Isaiah chapter 8, verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end.
Uh-huh.
Upon the throne of David.
Upon whose throne?
Upon the throne of David.
Uh-huh.
And upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal of the Most High of hosts will perform this.
And not once do the Messiah ever say, I'm taking my father's position.
Right.
He said, my father gave me authority to rule over here like the 12 tribes. And said, what our position? I mean, y'all gonna sit on 12 thrones judging the nation of Israel. Now, how you gonna let them have a spot like this? But the Messiah, we dare not, if you mention God. And notice that Isaiah 6 said, he shall be called Wonderful Counselor. If this is about the Father, what do you mean he shall be called that? He's called that already.
Well, and then,
Ain't no future tense to be called that. That's what he is now. So, and he's not a son. So it's just a son being raised up to a father position for the control of kingdom earth, which he's worthy to be worshipped on this earth. He fulfilled what can't no other man do. You bowing to Negroes with diseases.
right.
One boy comes out there, holler, general on deck, and he need a keto plan. One boy said he was the Holy Spirit and couldn't get rid of them bumps on the back of his neck. And y'all got a problem with the Messiah that no sin was ever found on him. No stain, no wrinkle, no nothing. They have to be created wrinkle and stain. So y'all, but he been back since the beginning. Hebrews 2 say he was in on the creation of planet Earth.
But then in
He's the root of David and the offspring.
But then even in verse 6, it says the wonderful counselor and the everlasting father, but then it says the prince of peace. How you gonna be a prince and the father?
Father, yeah, and the king. And you know what I'm saying?
A prince is
under the king, under the sole authority.
So he gonna be the king and the prince?
Right. And notice he's after the order of Melchizedek. His father is Melchizedek. It say the father had no beginning or no end. This is what it says. You can't find how he came into existence and you don't know who his mother father is. That's not the Messiah. We know who his mother was and we for sure know who his father was. So he's the priest of Melchizedek.
That's right.
Who is the father, the king of righteousness.
His order is everlasting.
His order is everlasting. Let's get it, y'all. Let's pick this on up. 2 Thessalonians. So now we're going to see the other one that's going to be called God on earth. If you accept the Antichrist is going to be called God, it's a mirror image, y'all, of what's to take place about the Messiah. Look, they have no problem saying he's God. Look, what we quote all the time. Don't it say Satan is the God of this world? Why you have no problem saying that? You understand what I'm saying, Elijah?
Yes.
We'll say it without a second thought. Ain't Satan the God of this world? So you call him a God, and he's a sinner, and you have a problem with the pureness of the Messiah.
Because take Messiah out the way and they can insert themselves.
Yes, sir.
That's what it is about. It's about man worship.
That's what it's about.
They want to be the Messiah.
Yes, sir.
But didn't Dan do the same thing?
Did who?
Dan.
Daniel do what?
No, Dan.
Dan do what?
Tribe of Dan.
Try to be the Messiah? No,
No,
Dan
they
just
tried
got
to be
into
the Messiah. They fell
level
to
of
idolatry.
wickedness. Idolatry at a whole nother
They fell
level.
to heavy idolatry.
Heavy idolatry. I'm talking about Antichrist type of idolatry. I'm talking about
Hanging out at the foot of Mount Hermon.
still got gates in Ezekiel 48 and Revelation 21. Names still on the gates for the offspring to enter, but can't be part of the 144,000. It's a level of wickedness that they done in Judges 19 at Mount Hermon that ain't been seen before me. Judges 19 chapter, yes sir. Yes ma'am, sir. Let's get it, y'all. We got to speed this up. 2 Thessalonians 2, we just seen what the Messiah will be called when he takes over planet Earth and he's crowned and made king.
Well, you want to start at 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, just 1, 2. Just want to read what he gonna do so we understand we don't get caught in the okie doke.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1.
And let me say this too, Elijah. Look, if y'all think we getting a favor that has been unlocked, that we the children of Israel and everything coming out, y'all think this a plus, y'all could be a minus. Because at this point, you on the hook now to keep the law, statutes, and judgments. You think Satan ain't coming for accusations? You supposed to know better. You said you Israel, you telling the whole world you Israel. Look at them, look at Israel. And y'all, when we talking about poor, even though the other nations starving and we still can go to a drive-through, we just ain't understanding. It tells us how poor it is when they say we're going to cut off SNAP. The rich was crying too. How we crying about SNAP? That ain't number $200 to $300 a month, ain't it? But even that we was on the government, y'all wrong for that. Hold on. How you wrong for telling a man who runs a country what he can put on his table and what he can take off his table? You want to take the strong man's house, bind him then, and take them nuclear warheads if you don't get in line. Y'all, the Most High put us in this position so he could bring this king down. If we did it, we don't need the Messiah.
That's right.
We the Messiah then, if we could take this kingdom.
We'll be trying to
But
sell
hell,
juice.
we panicking over SNAP.
I got the juice for
Look,
sale.
SNAP, we done lost our faith in a SNAP license.
Yeah.
I mean, we crying about SNAP like it's, I don't know, like it's a bonus check for a manager on salary. What we got?
And where does SNAP really come from? Because a lot of these.
The government.
Section 8.
Same thing, it's the government
Where
feed.
the government get it from? The middle class working people.
Wherever they get it
They
from,
can't even qualify.
wherever they get it from, it's to take care of the position we're not doing. Look, sis, you have to understand. There's something called taking care of the fatherless and the widow and the poor of spirit. We refuse to take care of the fatherless and the widow because we're arguing about child support. That takes care of the fatherless and the widow. This nation just making us do it. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Food stamps pay the widow because she don't have a husband, or so to speak. That's what they're doing, so we have to understand it from that perspective. The reason we don't like it is because we're being forced to have to keep a commandment. And that means First Tim 5th chapter. If you can't take care of your household, you're worse than an infidel. That's a problem if they be able to use that against you. I'm not saying, things come up in this world, some things happen to you, but taking care of your children is first thing first. They have to know who their father is.
Exactly.
If their father fall on bad time, I'm your child. I'm here to help you back up, Father. What you got?
Those ain't widows do a lot of this baby mama drama.
Since it's just what was prophesied in Deuteronomy 28 chapter. This is what we're saying. Since you have to understand what's been prophesied. This don't happen. Go ahead. What you got back there? Go. We say that a little bit louder.
Louder, brother.
And the widow.
Right.
Let me ask you this. Who was taking care of the children first before the woman decided to do that? Before she asked for help. Why did she ask for help? See, we can't put the cart in front of the horse. We have to keep the horse in front.
No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing that Satan came with Eve in the beginning.
I'm understanding that. But what I'm talking about is you can't force something if it don't happen. Or if it's not happening. You can't.
Hold on, Danny.
It wasn't a force. It was accepted. She had a choice. Either the man or the government.
Okay, but look.
And that's what it is.
I'm just talking about. But they only did that if you want our help. Listen to what I'm saying.
Just like Eve chose Satan.
Listen to what I'm saying. That's looking for a tree to be one, to be wild. Listen what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying. But look at this. Look at this, bro. Look at this, bro. I'm just asking you. What makes her, listen to me. What makes her take the choice?
Her decision.
Listen to what I'm saying. Look, hold on. If your mother's husband, your father, is doing what he needs to do, and they bring her that choice, you can live better without your man.
Hold on. When did that even come about? What year?
Look, What are you talking
Well, what are you talking about, bro? Listen, hold on.
You ain't got nothing to do with that.
And
Hold
this
on.
is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You don't understand. This came back in the laws of Leviticus. This goes back to the beginning to take care of your household. If the government, listen to me, if the government come to you right now and offer you a choice, the same choice is coming. Take the mark of the beast to live or trust your God. It's the same thing, bro. That's what this nation is telling us. Y'all can trust your God and see if He gonna deliver y'all, or we'll feed you and that baby, but He got to go. Is it wrong? Yes, it's wrong. No doubt about it. But the problem still remains. He can feed y'all.
So
Why can't He feed y'all?
Why ain't He doing His due diligence
The
as
Father.
As the Father? Why did the government have to step in to do that? To make that choice? If the Father was at home doing what He was required to do by the law of Elohim, provide for His family, His wife and children, wouldn't be no need for government assistance.
All you saying
That's what he's saying.
All you thinking it was 100% of every man, woman, and child in captivity. No, it wasn't. Men had good jobs. They were men on their business. They didn't need the government. We don't need to. Like Black Wall Street didn't need the government. So when you don't need them, they got jealous as that. Oh, y'all can pull yourself up by your bootstrap. Bomb Wall Street. Bomb Tulsa, Oklahoma. Bomb where they survived without our help. That's what we're talking about, brother. This wasn't pertaining to them. It's pertaining to the ones that's willy-nilly letting loose. And then the mother say, I don't know where they daddy at. That's how they come. I don't know where they ain't. That what you have to say? I don't know where he at. I don't know. You hired my father. I remember I lived on Wilson and Lotus back in the 60s. My mother hid my daddy's shoes. Take his clothes and put them back there where I told y'all to hide his clothes at. Because what he was making was not enough. So the government say we'll give him help, but you're going to have to get his shoes out of here. If we come here and see his shoes under the bed, it's going to be a problem. We're going to cut you off. And what I'm telling you, brother, is there was a lot of Hebrews that didn't need to be cut off. They was already cut on, called family structure.
Right.
So what Margaret Sanger and all them did is off of bad behavior. Again, like we're talking about fringe. Came off of disobedience. This is coming off of what they offering you is about disobedience. Not keeping the family structure together, so an outside entity have to come in and regulate things. Now, what they don't do, they don't regulate your marriage. That's the biggest lie told. They don't do nothing. They ask you, do you have your vows or you going to do ring? Y'all say what y'all mean. Make y'all vows to y'all God. We just going to sign it off so we can put it in our records. So if y'all do anything with anybody else, y'all can come to us and we'll tell you, yes, we were the witness for that. Like it's supposed to be. But they don't get no marriage. Can't nobody pull up no doctrine and the government saying, Earl, you're not taking care of Betty like you should, so the government is coming in. We're going to take over your marriage. There'll be no conjugal visits for you for 6 months. When y'all ever read the government take over a marriage? But then you say they don't take over divorce because you keep flooding with divorces. The problem is we don't know what our marriage certificate is. We keep reading the divorce certificate after the crime. Divorce certificate comes from a crime. If we read our marriage certificate, which is the 10 Commandments, that's the marriage certificate. That's what we're agreeing to the marriage ceremony at Mount Sinai. This is what our husbands say he want us to do. And we say we'll do what our husbands say we'll do. Ain't that a marriage certificate? Got the marriage certificate right here.
Right here. It's in every scripture.
Where is it? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I made it show it out here in the back. But it's the marriage certificate, y'all. What it shows
It's in the
is
beginning. It's in the beginning.
huh?
It should be in
What you got here?
It says holy matrimony.
Yeah, well, holy matrimony, but this too. But what I was talking about, it had the actual 10 Commandments in there. That paper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It has all, both sets of stone. That's what we agree to. That's what you hang on your house. That's what you tell the whole world. This is my marriage covenant to our God. But we got a problem. We like to go play the whore. He said, oh, side chick get paid. She get a cable paid. She can get the refrigerator. But y'all married and got everything, and y'all go open it up for free. Just let them hit it for free. Dog you out. Raw dog you, and then send you back. I'm through. Send it back home to you. That's what the devil does, but that comes off of disobedience. He don't have that edge unless we disobedient. Let's keep it moving, y'all. We got a few things. 2 Thessalonians, let's see this imposter coming, what he gonna do.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Now we beseech you, brethren,
Yes, sir.
by the coming of our Lord, Yahweh HaMashiach,
Yeah.
and by our gathering together unto him.
Y'all see that gathering to the Messiah. So that's what it is. There ain't no rapture. It's called the great gathering. Go ahead.
That ye be not soon shaken in mind,
Uh-huh.
or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word,
Uh-huh.
nor by letter as from us,
Yeah.
as that day of Hamashiach is at hand.
Uh-huh.
Let no man deceive you.
Let no man do what?
Let no man deceive you
Uh-huh.
by any means.
Right.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed,
Uh-huh.
the son of perdition.
So right here, it says the second coming of Christ ain't going to happen under no circumstance until the Antichrist is told, this is the Antichrist. So if you thinking of any other doctrine like the rapture doctrine, you're going to get out of here. No, it's saying you are going to see who the Antichrist is if you're alive. You're not getting out of here for that. And then they'll quote 1 Thessalonians 4 and don't understand that's the last trumpet.
Right.
You done already been through 6 trumpets and you don't know this is 7th trump and you saying we going to be gone. But you've been here 6 trumpets. You said you weren't going to face no tribulation.
None.
And you still here for 6 and you don't understand this is talking 7. Yeah, if you here for the 7th, it may be what you expect. But you done went through tribulation. Ain't no out of here before the tribulation. Ain't no out of here for us before the tribulation. We are going through it as saints of the Most High. Because Daniel said he going to make war with the saints and he going to do what? I don't know if y'all know what wearing out is, but when my mama told me, boy, I'm finna wear your ass out. She didn't bring me a cheese sandwich and some soup. It's your punishment. You don't get chicken and rice. No, it wasn't that type of wearing out. I knew it was trouble because a piece of Hot Wheel track was missing. Right, yeah, but in the circle, that piece was gone. I'm like, uh-oh. Let's get some more, y'all. Come on, let's get caught up. What else to say?
Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh,
Uh-huh.
or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High,
Uh-huh.
showing himself that he is the Most High.
Who is showing himself that he is?
The Most High.
Yes, sir.
Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things.
So he said, look, I already mentioned to y'all how he's going to come. Do I have to keep telling y'all? Remember, this is the plan, no matter what he does. Remember, Pharaoh had his magicians, Janus and Jambres. They turned their staff into serpent. They made blood and frogs come too. But the crazy thing about what they doing, they doubled up the plagues on Egypt. Oh, we can do that. So where you think them frogs were coming to that they made? And the blood, they attacked. He letting Satan tear down Satan's own house. Because guess what was happening in Goshen? Nothing. Not even a fly was moving on a beast. We were sitting back like this chilling.
Mint jewels.
When you get into the book of Jasher, Pharaoh's daughter had to come to him. She's like, I took you as a baby when they tried to kill you, and this how you going to do it? He said, all the firstborn dying. You the firstborn of Pharaoh, ain't you? You dead? She like, no. He said, look, don't worry about that. You just like Rahab will be in the future. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Her house was saved. That's why Pharaoh didn't drown, but his army did. Let's get some more. Where we at?
Finish with that. You want it
Finish
all?
that now. We're going to get right to it now. We're going to see the seals open and we're going to Revelation 5. And y'all remember, seals are warnings for tribulation coming. Like, remember when Pharaoh had the dream, but he couldn't remember it. Those seals were open. The only one could explain the seal was Joseph in prison. He came and he explained the seal. He said, this one is going to happen. This one is going to take place. If they had not stored them barns full of wheat, like they were warm when that seal was open, the tribulation that would have came, Egypt would have starved as well, and Israel would have been starved out as a nation. We'd have starved to death in Egypt. But look, this is why the civil war, y'all, is so important in this nation. Because all the nations know if we join up with anybody else, God gonna be with us, that side gonna win. When we join with the North, they won. This is the real battle with the Republicans and the Democrats, is whose side Israel gonna choose, because the Most High gonna be with them and work that side out for them. And if y'all don't understand that, y'all don't understand what the war is. You're only 40 million. What the hell you mean the black vote? It's 365 million white people. What the hell 40 million gonna do with that, Elisha? But it's about that vote that decide we're gonna turn this bigger than what we're talking about. This spiritual wickedness in high places.
Yes, sir.
We got to move with them children. Just like we put the White House in Washington, D.C., where it's 99% Hebrew. We know he ain't going to attack that without killing his own people. Yo, this is strategic war.
Yes, sir.
It's got nothing to do with child's play and game play. There's nuclear war on the brink of destruction. And Kim Jong mentally ill got one. Let's get some more.
But then,
Yes, ma'am.
isn't that the same as what Israel did recently? They sent for 1,000 evangelists for pastors here in the United States, and then they came back and said they sent for another.
Who did this, Imam?
Israel did.
Oh, well, yeah, that's just the Antichrist working at hand. Just getting them prepared. Because when you know what your muscle is, the United States military, that's why they make the moves that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have to understand who the little horn is.
Yes, sir.
And who their muscle is. America's the muscle. What you got back there, Hope?
You said you have to decide, Israel decide whether it's going to be the Democrat or Republican.
No, I'm talking about just here in this land, what we're talking about. As far as, but the political system is all over. When you say you get influence from Russia, and then Russia released images of the ancient Israelites, what you think that's about? Russia had just released ancient. So what the battle is now, look, so we finna play the Israel game, huh? So y'all finna run that as well. Guess what? We'll just tell them who they are. We'll let the secret out of the bag, so we'll disrupt a whole bunch of stuff. Yo, it ain't no coincidence. Next is gonna be the Pope who gonna say it. Mm-hmm. Once the leaders start doing it and telling us who, because we don't want to believe it.
Because see, the first boy that did it was the boy of Bahrain in front of the UN.
Yes, sir.
Years ago, about what, 15 years ago?
Yes, he did.
15, 20 years ago?
Gaddafi used to clear out the United
Hold on, what
Nations.
you saying, though?
What I'm saying is, if you believe in the Bible and God said the commandments, automatically, based off what the Democrats portray versus what the Republicans portray, you should be more on the Republican side, because the Democrats, they for abortion.
Well, look, see, but listen, once you start running that list,
They give you stuff for free that they ain't supposed to be for free.
well, let me ask you this, though. Still, is it the lesser of the two evil you just named? Listen to what I'm saying. Are you naming the lesser of the two evils? Listen to what I'm saying. Are you naming the lesser of the two evil? Are you naming the lesser of the two evil? So you just ran what Democrats do. Now run the Republican side on how it helps Israel as a nation. Now run the Republican side on how it helps Israel as a nation. You just said what Democrats don't do for us. The turmoil. I'm just saying, are you saying the Republicans do a better job?
Yeah.
What do they do better?
They might follow more the scripture.
They do what?
Follow more the scripture.
How they do that? Look, see, we hearing what you're saying, but we just won't explanate. You run that Democrat down to the wire, so we want the same thing on the Republican. Run that Republican like that.
Let me just ask this one question. Did you know back in the 1960s, the Democrats was the Republicans and the Republicans were the Democrats? It all changed after 1960s, after the election of Kennedy.
Now let me run you one. Hold on, we gotta move on. He just saying the party switched. They switched. Look, because it's something that allows them to switch called bipartisanism. Bipartisanism means, though we against each other, we'll come together for a different cause.
Right.
We'll come together. So this is what I'm saying. The abolitionists were Republicans. Right. Those that, I'm talking about, John Brown gave his life and told his sons, if you ever see an Israelite in trouble and you don't give your life, don't come back home. So what I'm talking about is like Harriet Tubman fought in the Civil War with the North. So what we're talking about is Israelites fighting on the side. That side is going to win. That's what they really battling about. We just don't understand it. It's not so much about the numbers. It's about what God is going to step in and protect his people. And if you around them, he's going to protect you.
It ain't got nothing to do with the politics.
Pharaoh lost all his protection all throughout. You keep reading about Pharaoh. We cannot let them join up with another nation. We cannot. If you let them join up with another nation, they're going to overpower us. Every captive said that. Even America says it. You can't let them join up with no. You know what? We can't even go play for another nation in the Olympics. Now, if we from Africa, why we can't play for Kenya? Why does Jordan and Magic Johnson and all of them have to play for the United States of America? If we Africans, why can't we choose like Akeem Olajuwon and went and played for his nation, Nigeria? No, I'm going to play for them. Or them Germans go play for them. But why is it Israel has to play for this nation? You know why? So they will be the victor on planet Earth. The only part we don't get into is them wintertime Olympics. That's the only part. Because see, we don't want to be a spot in all that white. Come on, let's get some more, y'all. We got to get caught up, y'all. We got 20. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I'm not saying I'm giving credit to Trump for him. I'm just saying, wasn't he a Democrat?
Well, see, Emar, none of that matters. None of that matters. All we're saying is that's just tomfoolery. That's just to keep you looking over here. It's called distraction.
Yes.
You're saying, was he a Democrat first?
He was independent and Democrat.
So, none of that means anything. Y'all look, this is what I'm saying. None of that means anything unless what side is offering the best gifts. What side is offering the best gift? And all I'm saying is, look, go see Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham don't care whose side it is. If you got a position for me, I'll lick your boots till they shine like a brand new quarter.
Right.
I don't care who it is. Lindsey Graham said, when you win, call for me. He was like Dathan to Pharaoh, that Reubenite. That's what he's like. But what I'm saying, Imam, if they switch sides, they can switch sides because they have what's called bipartisan. I can agree with them today, and then I can agree with them tomorrow.
They the same wings on the same bird.
It's the same wings on the same bird.
That's my point.
They go to dinner together.
So what do you mean?
After they do their antics in front of the camera, they had dinner together. Their children come up in school together.
But
That's my point. That's what I'm trying to say.
what were you saying, you know?
That was what I was trying to say. What you just said.
That it don't make no difference?
It makes no difference.
It don't make no difference, Imam. We said that bipartisan makes it no difference. The difference is whoever gets hold of Israel got God on their side. That's all we talking. Look, so it's not Republican and Democrat. It's who decide get Israel on their side. The problem is when they choose Israel, they bring one of the felonies with them to give us civil rights, but they say, we'll give it to you, but you got to add this felony. Civil rights, they had Baynard Ruskin there. He was pumping the homosexual gender. So when we get Chelsea again, now we got Black Lives Matter, and they pushing lesbianism. So this is what I want you to understand. The black cause must come. The only way we're going to accept y'all is if y'all do one of them felony lists. Y'all gotta accept one of them too. And so what we're gonna do next is bestiality. We're gonna accept bestiality.
And everything, all those things fall under the Civil Rights Act. So now you have the Asians that enact the Civil Rights Act and get more out of it, and homosexuals, the LGBTQRB, whatever, they get all the civil rights protection. Black folks still don't get it.
That's who was for the first place.
Huh?
That's who
Well, it's not that, y'all. What we're talking about is whenever the elections happen, they ain't got no movement for no other nations here. It ain't no movement. Does Mexican lives matter? Does Puerto Rican lives matter? Does German lives matter? It ain't that. It's us, and not only this, but they keep labeling the byword.
Right.
Black!
Yes.
And they won't say the nation of Israel. Black people in front of that iron wall of slavery, and we can't get back to Jerusalem. As long as they keep saying black, black, black. But even when you fill out the application, what are you? Black, African American, or other? But all the rest say black but not Puerto Rican. Black but not German. German, white, but how do this nation keep getting labeled as a color? Is what we're talking about, y'all. We got to get past the color and what their plan is. Whoever got Israel on their side, they win.
Yes.
What was them bombers named Tuskegee Airmen? 103 missions and never lost
One.
Lost one.
They was losing so many, they said, well, some niggas down there know how to fly. You kidding us? Fly? What they flying? Kites? No, they can fly planes. 103 missions and no losses. Y'all have to understand the gold mine.
It's true.
He sent us here like he sent us to Jacob. He made Laban rich, didn't he? And Laban tried to hold on to him. Every time we make you rich, and God said, okay, you done made them rich, so you ain't took nothing from them. Come on out. They chase us. They don't want the wealth to cut off. That's why they don't want to let us go. They ain't put us on the reservation and gave us casinos. Let's get some more. Y'all got to get caught up, y'all. Let's get it. We got another 40 minutes.
Revelation chapter 5. Where you want to start then?
Y'all, the questions are good. How Glorvins, y'all good? Okay.
We'll start at 1.
Now we're going to pick it up right about,
Revelation 5.
yeah, 5 and 5.
Okay.
And y'all, I'll tell you what, hold on. No, go ahead, one lights. Go ahead, let's do 1 through 11, yeah. 1 through 11. And y'all, so what we get on now is the seals. And what time this seal was open. Are we still in this seal or have we moved to a new seal? Because it's going to let us know how long the seal going to run. Because y'all, we can't discount the believers that was there when the Messiah was there. Can we on earth? And say many followed, many went away, but we had so many people follow them, so they in that seal opening. We can't discount them. That's why I say those that are alive and remain cannot precede them that already died in Messiah's name.
That's right.
Let's get it.
Revelation chapter 5, verse 1.
What it say?
And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside sealed with 7 seals.
What it sealed with?
7 seals.
Uh-huh.
And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof?
Mm-hmm.
And no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon.
Uh-huh. And notice it said, no man in heaven. So, are they discounting the Father here too? Or when they talking about man, they saying the sons of God. You know, is it that man that couldn't open? Nobody in heaven, because we know the Father, heaven can't contain him. So it's only talking about the limited space of heaven. Like the 3rd level is Abraham's bosom. Nobody, no angel, nobody has been past the 7th level. Not even Michael, not none of them. Because if they had, a Lucifer never said, I want to go up there. If you're up there already, where are you going? So there's no throne above the Father's throne, so you wasn't going past him. You saying, I want his position. So y'all, we have to understand there's 10 levels of heaven according to the book of Enoch. The Father on the 7th level, on the 10th level, and the Messiah sits on his right hand. Everybody that ever looked up in the heavens, I see the Father and the Son sitting on the right hand. There's nobody they ever see sitting on the left. There's nobody on the left. It never said, and who's sitting on the left hand. Let's get some more. Where we at?
Verse 4.
Yeah.
And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon.
Yes, sir.
And one of the elders saith unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David.
What is he?
The Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David.
So y'all, he go way back before David was born. He go back before Jesse. He go back to Abraham. David is 14 generations from Abraham. 100 generations from Abraham. Because he was in the Garden of Eden as the tree of life. Let's get some more.
And I beheld, verse 6.
Yeah.
And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb,
yes, sir,
as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of Elohim sent forth into all the earth.
So it's watching planet Earth through these 7 spirits, y'all. And when we read like Isaiah 7th chapter, Isaiah 9th chapter that we just read, these are the spirits that will be on the 7 spirits. That's why the menorah represents the Messiah. Those 7 spirits, and it names the 7 spirits: the spirit of wisdom, the spirit of might, the spirit of understanding. That's what those spirits are, and that's what it represents. So we, as the order of Melchizedek, and Christ is our high priest, We represent the 7 spirits that were put on him. Nobody else. We don't deal with how you know the spirit wasn't on him. No, we know who the spirit was on the 7 because the heavens opened. And the dove came down and put it on him. And the priesthood changed from Aaron to Melchizedek when John baptized them. Let's get some more.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne.
Yeah.
And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb.
Who they fall down before?
The Lamb. Having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odor, which are the prayers of the saints. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals
thereof. And to open what?
Open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to Elohim by the blood out of every kindred and tongue and people.
And who?
And people and nation. And has made us unto our Elohim kings and priests. And we shall reign on the earth.
Where we gonna reign at?
On the earth.
Y'all, we ain't never talking nothing out of space, but technically Earth is out of space. If you went to Mars and you were able to look back at Earth, Earth would be sitting in outer space. Yeah. So we don't play them games, but everything that's talking about Christ's kingdom is going to take place on what we call a restored planet Earth. Just like Earth was restored for Adam, for the second go round, it'll be restored again for Messiah to reign and rule on restored. But we got to get rid of the nuclear warheads. We got to get rid of all that plastic in the ocean. We got to get rid of that dioxin from leftover war. If they drop a bomb on you, we got to get rid of that stuff they put on the Pruitt-Igoe right down here. And still ain't no buildings been built there since the 60s.
Can't be.
Because they put them chemicals on and had us chasing the bug truck. Didn't y'all imagine we was chasing the bug truck?
Yep.
And all them chemicals, y'all talking about the Most High put a hedge around us. I actually was in the midst of all that fog. Thought I was in London chasing the bug truck. What you got with that too, by? Go ahead.
Question in the chat. Rosina Green asks, when the scriptures say no man under the earth, who is it talking about?
When you said, what were you reading that? No man under?
Was found worthy to open the book? Is that what you're talking about?
I think that maybe
if it says under the earth, that means we ain't getting nobody coming from up under there either. Ain't nobody that's currently what we would call in the grave. Like in Revelation 9, you got a Abaddon or Apollyon, which is the same beast in the bottom pit. That pit gonna be open, so they coming from underground. It won't be him either. He's coming for destruction.
Right.
So the Messiah was on there in the grave because he gave us a parable. 3 days and 3 nights, and I'm out of the ground. So that parable isn't counting for the Messiah, so to speak, because he ain't in the dirt no more. Seen over 500 witnesses after 40 days. So we know it's true of the resurrection, and then other people was resurrected at the same time. You know, so it's reports of that as well. So he's not in the grave. That's what we have to understand. We deal with a living God.
Yeah.
Not a dead God from Egypt. They had a book of the dead.
But
We got the book of the living.
Saying that, you know, when Christ said there's only one that had descended from heaven and only one has ascended to heaven.
Yeah.
So only Christ has the power to open the book.
Yeah.
And then he said there was a strong angel that took the book.
Yeah.
You understand? So no man, he says every man is unrighteous and falls short of the glory. So no man was worthy on the earth.
Yeah.
And no man
under the earth.
Or under the earth, and no man has traveled up to the heavens to receive it or to bring it forth. Only Christ.
Yeah.
Only Christ has gone to the heavens and went to the depths of hell.
Yeah.
He was the only one to go up and down.
Like he wasn't going to resurrect Samuel like he was to pronounce Saul his judgment when he went to the soothsayer. You know, no, it won't be that way. It won't be nobody like that died that was a sinner on this earth that's coming out to do anything for anybody. So yes, it's that. Hope they got a little bit of understanding. But we got to roll.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
And I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beasts, and the elders. And the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000, and thousands of thousands, saying with a loud voice, Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power, and riches, and wisdom, and strength, and honor and glory and blessing.
Is that any different than what we just read in Isaiah 9? Because it say he's worthy of all of this. Power, riches, and wisdom, and strength, and honor, and glory, and blessing. If y'all can name a man on this earth right now that's worthy of that.
2 Witness, chapter 4, verse 11.
What it says there?
Thou art worthy, O Elohim, to receive glory and honor and power.
Yeah.
For thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they were created.
And see, this is what the Messiah was asking the Father. He said, give me back the glory I had before planet Earth was ever formed. So the Messiah had glory before Earth was formed, and most people don't want to look at that. They keep looking at him as the offspring of David. And they can't get in their mind that he was the root of David. He's the root of Adam.
The beginning before David was.
Let's get some more.
There we go.
Did we finish that?
Yeah.
Like how far you go down?
We're going down to 12.
Yeah. Slain to be. Okay, so now y'all see that this is the prophecy. Okay, the seals, we ain't got nobody to open them. So it just told us we got one that can open it. Now we're gonna go into the seals and see the timeline. Now notice what they kept saying. What made him worthy? What did the script keep saying? What made him worthy? For he was what? He was slain. That's Isaiah 53. So this prophecy is going to the Messiah. It ain't going to nobody else because nobody else was slain for the children of Israel. So he's worthy for that because he laid down his life for his brother. Ain't nobody else did that, y'all. You can't name nobody else that laid down that was slain for the cause. Who else gonna fit Isaiah 53? It can't be the Father. He can't be the Lamb and the Father.
Right.
What you got over there, too, guy? Huh?
Was it Isaiah 53?
Isaiah 53rd chapter, yeah. Go ahead.
Ada Gordman and Chaz asks, what about meds people take that are man-made? Is that considering trusting in man?
Is it trusting in a man? Only if you trust it's going to do something for you. See, the whole thing is called free will. See, this is what we don't ever want to do. What we teach is how the Messiah taught. Everything. Go back to the beginning. So you see how everything got started. First thing we got to see before we punish the man about medicine, we got to see what got you sick. That would even put you in a position to have to go to the man. You understand what I'm saying, Liza? What were you doing that the man have to offer you high blood pressure medicine? Tell us what you were doing that he offered that. Well, I would eat a pig from the snoot to the rooter to the tutor. I love listeners and walkers. I love them the most. And plenty of hot sauce, yeah. Reds, I like the reds. See, and this is what we're talking about. So we have to get to what caused the problem first. We can't fix the problem in the middle. You can't fix a scab when it's halfway done because if you knock it off, you have to do what? Start all over again, don't it? Yes, worst thing you could do is knock a scab off 3/4 of the way healed. Knock it off. Boy, ain't that tender. Can't no jeans even rub across the knees. Straight.
And right when it was healing, and then the little blood come on, you like, oh.
And notice how Satan is. What the doctor always do? First, this the problem you got. You came to us, you say you didn't know what it was, so we found out what it was for you. And in your blood, which is your life, we found you got this problem, and that problem. But every problem you got on the inside of you is related off your diet you eat. Mm-hmm. So first what we're going to do, we're going to put you on this diet. Lord have mercy, I know that. Lord, I can't get no more pig's feet.
No more walkers for you.
No ham hock helper. Doctor, now you done went too far.
Ham hock helper.
No ham hock helper.
No shoots with hot.
No. What the hell? What kind of doctor is you? He said, now hold on now. I got something else I can give you. Called a prescription. Take 5 of these. And you can keep eating what you don't want to let go of. But now let me tell you one thing. This one gonna make your arm do like this. So you're gonna need this other prescription, and it's gonna stop that arm from doing like this. But this prescription gonna give you visible gas. So it's gonna be trouble for you on the elevator.
Money
So look, what they're telling you is you can get rid of all of this and just eat this right here, and we'll be on our way back to recovery. But we can't blame the doctor when they're told to give you the diet first. And nobody in here can say they didn't offer the diet. Or you know what else they do? They offer a second witness. You don't like what I'm saying? What's wrong with you? Go get a second opinion. Ain't that what we supposed to get second witnesses? Yeah. So y'all, before we start blasting, let's make sure we in perfect harmony. That what the Messiah let them off the hook and say, go and sin no more. Yeah, y'all sinning, but go, because they ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. Right. Like the woman that was caught in sin. They say, we caught her in adultery. Messiah say, what a man at? If y'all caught her, y'all caught the man. But the man like this. See, we just can't be like this with a stone in our hand unless we go back to the beginning. That's why I was told, whoever bring the accusation, they throw the first stone. The first people that call them, they get to throw the stone first because you're making the accusation. So the blood spilling starts with you.
They probably the ones that was with her.
Oh, they was with him. That's why they disappeared. That was their partner. That was their partner. But like the book of Susanna, when they called them two priests, lusting after Susanna, hiding, and then they caught him and blaming on the young boy. He like, oh, it was him lusting after. We just caught her with him. They turned on with that fast. But let's keep it going, y'all. We got another 30 minutes. Where we at? Did that question get answered too, by?
I asked and asked a question.
Well, that's what we always want to say, y'all. What you had over there, Dad? You was finna read something.
Yeah, I was gonna read this Sirach chapter 38.
And that's about the physician, y'all.
Yeah, but I'm gonna just hit this verse 15.
Hit that verse 15. Y'all get into the book of Sirach or Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes is called in the Apocrypha. What it say right there? The whole 38th chapter is about physicians the Most High set up. What it say, bro?
This verse 15. It says, "He that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician."
So what's the first thing he have to do to fall into his hand?
Sing.
So do what? Sing. Y'all look, that's why it's called disease. D-I-S-E-A-S-E. The script say if you keep the commandments, you have E-A-S-E. But if you break them, then you have what we call dis-ease or disease. Y'all understand?
Yes, sir.
Let's get some more, y'all. Let's get this caught up.
You want that chapter 6 of Revelation?
Yes, sir. So now we're going into the first seal, y'all. We may have to call it on all of them and jump to the horns, the trumpets, because we need to explain that within these last 30 minutes or so. Let's get it.
We're going to just bring another part 2 then, Dan.
Oh, we're running to where it need to be, like. Oh, we can do part 2, yes, sir. Let's get it.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6.
Verse 1. We're going to the seals now. When it's over, we just saw who's worthy, and he was slain. So we know John on the island of Patmos know the Messiah had already been crucified. So he said this is the one that was written about, Isaiah 53, that was slain from the foundation of the world. What you got, bro?
Ada Gorman says, yes, thank you. I completely understand. I know it starts with the diet.
Absolutely. He said, well, it started with the mindset. And then the problem was once you get to them, you can't then condemn them because it's like 1 Corinthians 10. If one bids you to a feast. If they say, we can fix that problem you got, you have to do your research on them and go to them. You can't bash them once you leave their office. You can't say, how dare he give me 10 prescriptions.
Right.
Why give y'all a prescription? Just an old damn doctor. But why 10? You know how they is. They ain't no good. They took a Hippocratic oath. They ain't no damn good.
But you went to him.
Yeah. You know, I wouldn't have went to him, but my doctor on vacation.
With the money.
Look here. Come on, y'all. Ain't no need us playing with ourselves. Let's get it. What
The
it
book
say?
of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 1.
What it say now?
"And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were the noise of thunder, one of the 4 beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on it had a bow, and a crown was given unto him. And he went forth conquering and to conquer."
So we see right here, this is wondering who's on the white horse. The Messiah coming on the white horse.
So this
Antichrist masquerading as an angel of light. So what color horse he gonna be on?
White horse.
He got to be on a white horse too, y'all. He gonna come in a different color horse. You gonna be like, that ain't our Messiah. He on a black horse.
Right.
No, he coming the same way to see if you've been paying attention. Let's get some more.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see.
So now let's get past the first seal and see if we pass that. Before we come see, and I saw, behold, white horse, and he decided on had a bold crown. Is this happening now? And what we're talking about is that anybody on earth right now claiming they God, and then they're looking in a white image or a white robe, so to speak, like that God. Yes, there's one right now that you can say, okay, it's possibly the Pope has the largest worshipers on earth. What is it, 2 billion followers right now on earth that follows him. So the seal could be open already. He's masquerading as the Lord. And not only this, but guess what he's calling his church? Roman Catholicism or Roman Catholic. So one, if you don't understand language and what words mean, they never mean opposite. It just means it's looked at in a different light, but not opposite. Catholic means universal church. The only reason you will point a finger at the Pope, they put their nation in front of their universal church. It's called Roman Catholic Universal Church. But this is so you don't get stunned when you look in the lost books and you see that they follow the Catholic Church. When you look up Catholic, it means universal church. Ain't that what Christ doing on church? How many corners? Where are the saints coming from? How many corners?
4.
Ain't that the universe, so to speak? Because things in heaven and earth is included with it too. But when you put Roman in front of it, this is how crafty the devil is. He's telling you it's artificial. This ain't the real Catholic Church, nor like what we getting by AI. AI. What is AI telling us? What is AI calling? What is it described as? What?
Artificial intelligence.
The problem is when we make it real intelligence. When you get so to the point, Siri, we're going to get this straight right now, Zeb. I ain't going to argue with you no more. Siri, Zeb arguing with me.
I don't know her.
Tell us how. She said you already know. But this is to the point that where we getting to the point that where AI is leading the way.
Yes, sir.
AI is leading the way in medicines. AI is doing a lot of things. We and now we're talking about he had a brake problem. He just took a picture of where his brakes was towed up, and he just put the picture in Chat GPT. You know what it told him? We know how this happened. First, you did this brake was bad, then it caused this problem, so you got this, and this what you're gonna need to do to fix it. From a photo, y'all. Just said this the problem I had. It analyzed the photo and told you this. So now, Luther down at the auto shop is in contention now with AI. Man, Luther know everything about a car. Man, call Luther. Man, Luther good, but see, sometimes when Luther arm hurt, he don't come to work and do the right work. If you go to ChatGPT, no problem. We can bypass Luther. And that's what it's going to do, just like when the Arabs came in here and took over the mom and pop shops. Mom and pop couldn't keep up with their liquor store.
Right.
They 40s cost $3 and they was lukewarm. These Arabs come in here with ice cold freezers and 40 for 80 cents. How long you think Mr. Johnson staying in business? And then Mr. Johnson got signs everywhere. Out of this, out of that, out of this. It should be just a sign on the front door say, out of business. But the Arabs selling chicken now in the store.
In the gas station.
They selling glaucoma medicine
Yes, sir.
in the service station.
Mama.
Let's get some more, y'all. Let's roll. Roll, y'all. We got 28 minutes and 49 seconds. Let's roll.
All right, verse 4.
Yeah.
And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
So the first horse we see already out, possibly already, because Roman Catholicism, when Nero did what he did in 70 AD, he killed a lot of Israelites. He killed any believer in the Messiah. His mama mentioned Christ, the word Christ, and he had her put to death. Nero Caesar also, when you break down 666 according to the Hebrew numbering system, 603 scores 6 spell out Nero Caesar. But it never says it's going to be him. Because them numbers still could add up to somebody else.
And he got
So y'all, that's why he's just a starter, and then somebody else gonna pick up, because scripture say iniquity doth already what?
Work.
The program is already in motion, y'all, just like the seals that we get. The process is already in motion for salvation.
And it says that he's gonna bear the spirit of one of perdition.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
And then too, when you look, when you match these seals up, they match up perfectly with Matthew 24.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, y'all, because it's pre-tribulation. Go ahead.
Because that's what he start off with. He start off telling you, be not deceived.
Be not deceived.
Gonna come in my name. And then right after that, he tell you it's gonna be wars and rumors of wars, you know, just like with this red horse. You know what I'm saying? So he match up perfectly with Matthew 24.
And the disobedience, y'all, is to latch on to who somebody calling themselves God and they look just like us. That's going to be the deception, y'all. Because we're fighting for a God that look like us.
And if you notice,
Let's go back to Saul.
right now, you know, this is becoming an issue where everybody's like, no, that ain't the real image of Christ. He look like this, he look like this. So now the contention about the image is global now.
Yeah.
Where people are like, no, that ain't what the Bible say he look like. So you best believe they gonna present what you think he's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
To deceive, because they don't want to deceive the heathen nation. They already with Satan.
Right.
They out to deceive the chosen, the
Yeah.
elect. That's the prize.
Yeah.
it was possible.
Right.
That's the prize, though. So if you out to deceive the prize, you ain't gonna bring the image that everybody is already aware of. You're gonna bring an image that everybody is looking to accept.
And say, I told y'all he was black.
My trade.
I told y'all he was black. And at the same time, it's 12 noon, high noon. Sun's still in the sky, ain't been dark. I don't care when the beginning starts, the sun is always blackened out and the moon don't give her light. If you ain't seen that, it ain't the Messiah.
You got Negroes saying they Christ right now.
Right now.
Let's get it, y'all. We're going to run this real quick.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
And when he had opened the third seal,
Uh-huh.
I heard the third beast say, come and see.
Yeah.
And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
So black horse is like famine, y'all. Once again, a black horse. Like famine. Look, it's not talking about just the color of them. It says what the condition this horse is bringing.
Yeah.
So it wants you to look at black as like mourning, like drunk, like turbulence. Y'all, the pieces have been going from you gone, sis? Be careful out there. Watch out for the devil.
The devil can go to hell.
Can he go to hell? Well, he already know that, sis. Yeah. Go ahead.
Alright, verse 6.
Yeah.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts saying, a measure of wheat for a penny,
Uh-huh.
and 3 measures of barley for
barley,
a penny.
yeah.
Barley for a penny.
Uh-huh.
And see thou heard not the oil and the wine.
So look, this one was let loose to come and be held a black horse that he. So this is about famine, y'all. Notice how it goes down. Same way it was in Egypt. It comes to famine first. So we got the dark horse. But notice what they say. Do not hurt the corn or the wine. And y'all ask, why won't they hurt that? Well, everything's made out of corn and oil. Lighting, fuel, everything comes out of corn and oil. Bread. So what it's saying is, no matter how terrible it gets on earth, it should always be something left on earth that you could have a mini feast. Bread and wine is all you need. The covenant, so to speak. So he said, you can't crop that out because now, Shalom, they can't. My servants can't break bread with me. If we take away everything off the earth, they can't keep covenant with me of breaking the bread and wine. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So it's told not to hurt that part of it. That's got to be left. But we can see of how expensive everything else is going to get. Notice they keep saying inflation, but what is Trump saying? What's down? Gas, what? Prices. Gas comes from oil. Guess what else? Through all of this turmoil, and ain't no money, ain't no job, guess what they still got going? They feast days that we're going to give away a turkey, we're going to give away some bread. We can't have you that miserable just yet. So as bad as it is, we're going to give you a turkey.
That's why the Messiah said.
And the liquor store will be open on these 2 days.
Yes,
everything else going to be closed. The liquor store will be open. And we got a turkey for you.
Yes, sir.
No, that's why the Messiah said that these are the beginning of sorrows.
What did he say, boy?
The beginning of sorrows.
That's what we're talking about, y'all. So when it get down to the point, it's always going to be here where you can go eat something. That's why no matter how bad it is, the nation's always, no matter how bad it is, the tornado thing, they're going to give away a turkey on Thanksgiving and around this time. Even though you ain't got no money, we just going to give you a little something to eat with. You know what SNAP was connected to? Everybody was saying, we ain't going to have nothing for the holidays. Guess what they do? Restore just a portion of it right before Thanksgiving. We're going to let you go to the store and get that. But you ain't getting no toys. You ain't getting no gifts. You're going to get what it takes just to make you survive. But we ain't going to take it all away from you. So y'all, we have to understand the nations is showing us the prophecies. We just looking for something spectacular to happen to them to bring them down. No, they got to run their course so that we don't find ourselves back in this position again and Israel become a whole more enslaved to another nation. Let's get some more.
All right, verse 7.
Yeah.
And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse. And his name that sat on him was Death.
What was his name?
Death. And hell followed with him. And power was given unto him over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth.
So we're starting to see a lot of that now, y'all, to kill with these type of events. Y'all, but it's all based off of disobedience. And it's a warning to you. If you in the line of this, you don't want this to happen to you, get off that felony list. Go ahead. We're just going to run a little bit more of this seals down to the 7th seal, y'all. Then we'll hit a little bit of the trumpet. We won't go through them. We just get right into the 7th. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
And when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God, and for the testimony which they had.
So right here, that means that it was a group of people killed before we even get to the 7th trump, or the 7th seal. So who is this group that was slaughtered for the same situation? Because iniquity doth already work. What was that happen at? Woe mass slaughter. Well, we can take this all the way back, y'all. It all depends on how far we take it back. Rachel weeping for her children. That's how far we got to take it back, because that's the prophecy. Rachel died at 51 years old, or 55, to say Elijah, before they ever got to Egypt. Rachel was dead. So Rachel's weeping for her children when they tried to kill Moses. That's her child. And then the book of Jeremiah mentions Rachel weeping for her children during that slaughtering time. Rachel been dead. Rachel was dead before we got to Egypt. And then the Messiah mentioned Rachel weeping in Matthew 1 and Matthew chapter 2 when they slaughtered her. So we see Rachel weeping, meaning whenever a slaughter comes for the children of Israel, she's crying for the offspring.
Right, let me read this.
The children of Israel. Go ahead, bro.
If why is it Rachel and not Leah?
Why not Leah? Go ahead. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted.
Yes, sir.
And shall kill you.
Yeah.
And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Yes, sir.
And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
The love of many shall do what?
Wax cold.
And this is what we're saying. They're killing each other. Family members, y'all. Israel is going crazy. We're hearing about how we're killing each other. We at a whole nother level. We calling them the YNs right now. That's short for Israel going crazy. How you did.
So Messiah had already put us up on game on what John was talking about.
Yes, sir.
It's coming.
Death and hell followed them, and look, not hell fire yet. Hell is the grave. Because say death and hell will be cast into the lake of fire. So hell is just the grave. So death and burials take place after this first. Before we go into a lot of funerals, y'all. That's what it's saying. A lot of funerals we finna go to. And then the souls under the altar. If you real quick, like just hold that. Give me 2nd Ezra real quick. Chapter 2 and 38, because we need a second witness for this.
Right.
They're saying the same thing about the martyrs who were slain before we go through we held. Yeah, for the testimony which they held. And y'all look, when he opened the seals, these was them holding the testimony for Messiah. Those like Job, when he read in Job 19:25, when he say, I know my Redeemer liveth, and I'm going to see him at the end of days standing on the earth, not with nobody else's eyes, but my eyes. So he a part of that under the altar, Revelation 69 that we just read.
Right.
Job is under that because Job was an Edomite.
Yes, sir.
No, it's hard to understand, but that's why Deuteronomy 23, what is it? 23:7?
Yeah.
And 8. Don't abhor an Edomite.
Yeah.
Not all of them. Not all of them. Because one is going to help you out in captivity.
One helped us out in Underground Railroad.
Yes, sir. So y'all, don't abhor them all. And when Obadiah say they should be cut off, it says the mountain of Israel. That's the power structure. That's Netanyahu and his boys.
Yeah.
That's going to be shut down. That's going to be destroyed and never exist anymore. Not every Edomite on the planet. Because you got to have a problem with Amos 9 now. The remnant of Esau.
And the horn of Esau is the Zionists.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The power here of Esau going to be broken. Get that 2nd Ezra real quick, y'all. 238 down.
2nd Ezra, chapter 2, verse 38. Arise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Most High.
In the feast of what?
The Most High.
Y'all, let's talk about the Feast of Tabernacles, Zechariah 14. The Feast of the Most High, where everybody on planet Earth have to come up and acknowledge. Go ahead.
Which are departed from the shadow of the world and have received glorious garments of the Most High. Take thy number, O Sion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white.
What are they clothed in?
White. Which have fulfilled the law of the Most High.
See, once again, the only reason they're white because they have fulfilled the law of the Most High. They wasn't on that felony list of death, or it wasn't in their heart to keep doing it. That's fulfilling the law. I've triumphed over what Satan got sin started on earth, y'all, and it was fornication. Satan ain't using nothing else. He's like, look, I got your spiritual dad and your spiritual mama with fornication. What you dirt men think y'all gonna do? I'll run so much fornication at you and I'll play in your sleep. I'll bring Beyonce in your sleep and anybody else you thinking is saying, ooh, she nasty. I'll see what you do with Sexy Red in your sleep. And then I'll report to your God what you doing. And then it'll be on your conscience all day. That's how the devil play. He come in the 4th watch of the night. You looking for him now. He ain't around here now. What he in right now is in the mind of a youngster, a YN, to run through that red light. Don't stop. How he even gonna make you stop? Lights may control you, nigga. That's a YN thought process. That's where the devil is right now in the daylight. But at night, he want to come to you when you say you love the Most High and check your supernatural and see how much you love the Lord. Is it flesh talk or is it soul talk? Because when I bring you iniquity in your sleep, what you gonna do? All to make it so your wife reach over and feel your shorts wet and ask you how that happened.
Hey, okay, let's
Look, I'm just talking about how dirty the devil played.
I know he played dirty, but
let's
we gonna
get some
finish
more.
up.
Go ahead. See, we want you to understand that it's supernatural. We are the Melchizedek. He doing what he did to Adam and Eve. He don't deal with dead flesh.
No.
He wants souls of men. Let's get some more.
Looking for.
We'll say, Elijah, let's move on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get some more.
Verse 41. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled.
Yes, sir.
Beseech the power of Elohim.
Yes, sir.
That thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed.
Maybe what?
Hallowed.
What were they called from, Brother Elijah?
From the beginning.
Yes, sir.
I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people.
Yes, sir.
Whom I could not number. And they all praised the Most High with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns. and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
So this individual was looked at more greatly than everybody, and he putting the crowns on their head. Look, they got on white robes. They done been through tribulation, kept the law. And he say, I saw where? On Mount Sinai, a great people. So when you read Revelation 6 and 9, and you're seeing the same event, those 6 and 9 people include the Israelites first in the four corners, and any other nation that adhere to the law, statutes, and judgment. Now the 144,000 is a total different group. If y'all understand that, these are these that have no guile. They have never technically been with a woman. Look, first spiritually. That's what we want to understand. They have not went the way of Adam and had another God in their life.
Because you have to remember the word defiled by women.
Defiled by women, absolutely. So they've never experienced that. And they say they were taken from earth. They didn't come from up above. They were delivered from earth. Out of all the tribes of Israel except the tribe of Dan. But Dan is included in this Revelation 6:9. Shalom says, and the second Ezra that we read, some of the offspring of Dan who come back. Like the tribe of Dan that was lifted back to Jerusalem in 80 and 85. Let's finish this up, y'all, because we got 2 more. We got 13 minutes, y'all.
So I asked the angel
Go ahead.
and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing.
What kind of clothing they tore off of them?
Mortal clothing. And put on the immortal. And have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms.
So it's the same crown and palms you see in Revelation 6:9. It's the same exact thing. White robe. See, every time you hear somebody, and y'all, the internet is getting flooded with people. I died for 10 minutes and went to heaven. And I saw, well, nobody mentioned white robes. Nobody mentioned crowns on their head. I saw them up there and they were still party. Gucci is what everybody was wearing.
They ain't been nowhere.
Right.
See, but what I'm talking about is just that vision when the scriptures don't come in, but everybody wants to believe that there's no judgment day. Right. So everybody that call themselves died, they have a vision that is not of what's written to come.
Right.
They never mentioned people got on all white and crowns on their head. They never mentioned the righteousness like that. They say, I saw Michael Jackson in hell. Then that means you went past judgment day. Michael Jackson had already been judged.
Right.
And he been thrown in the lake of fire. How you going to the lake of fire? How are the books open in your vision while you were dead and you were not dead? Let's get it straight. You were dead when 72 hours passed. When rigor mortis set in, corruption set in, and the worms start coming out of your body. You are technically dead today. Shalom, sister.
Shalom.
Okay. Here, have Mike do that for you. Just have Mike do it for you. Just tell me to look over there. Yeah. So, when that 72 hours, anybody can drown and you can give them the maneuvers, you know, you can breathe in them and bring them back. Once corruption set in, you finish. That's why the Messiah says 72 hours I'll be in the grave. I'm going to show y'all I'm coming out of corruption can't put on me because it says he saw no corruption.
Right.
Lazarus saw corruption, but he couldn't be the Messiah. That's why he was in the grave for 4 days.
That's right.
And they say he stink, and he still had the grave clothes on. They're like, come on out of there after 4 days. Did Lazarus ever say what he saw when he was dead?
All right, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Did Lazarus ever say what he saw when he was dead?
No.
Man, you don't believe this, but I saw Abraham. Man, Abraham's bosom is laid out, dog.
No,
you ain't trying to believe.
But these people that say they died and seen something and came back, like I said, it hasn't been past rigor mortis because ain't no coming back after rigor mortis.
It ain't.
My daughter was clinically dead. Flatline. She was in a coma for a week, and then she woke up. Now, one of her cousins asked her, "Girl, what'd you see when you was gone?" My daughter said, "I don't remember nothing. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see anything. I just remember waking up and wondering where the hell I am."
Right.
And who was all these strange people around me?
That's right.
Because when, the doctors asked her to call her name and she opened her eyes and she looked and she had that look like, who the hell are y'all?
Right.
And so, but her cousin asked her, "Did you see anything? Tell me about what you saw when you was dead."
No.
My My daughter said, I ain't see nothing. I didn't even know I was dead.
Because you don't see nothing. Because coma and eternal sleep is what it is. You're going to wake up and think it's the next day. You will not know because you're going through a different time.
But when we told her,
yes, sir.
She wanted to know what day is it, how long I've been here, and I told her, she had no idea. She thought it was just the next day.
That's how sleep.
She had no idea that she had been out for a whole week. She never knew. She knew what happened the day before it happened, but she didn't recall nothing that day that it happened, that she went in the cardiac arrest.
Hey, so how's she doing now?
She's good. She's cool.
And you know, that's why I say the dead knoweth nothing, or they don't know what's going on. They ain't concerned what's going on here because they have to ask. Now, are they still alive? Yeah, we see the souls of the altar, but they put to sleep. But every now and then, like the righteous Abel blood can ask, how long, how much longer before you avenge? Now, this Abel asking, how far did that go back? That's to the first murder on earth, ain't it? And he's asking, so how we tired already? Y'all understand what I'm saying? We tired already. And Abel just asked, how long, Lord, before you judge them on the earth? Cain and his offspring. The righteous blood of Abel. So y'all, we're going to speed right on down. Run that on down. But y'all read that Revelation 6 and 9 again and match it up with this. And you understand the same thing, that they all were white. They put off the mortal clothing. Remember, Adam then was snatched out of immortal clothing and put on the mortal. So now it's reversed. We're pulling these fleshly clothes off that worms come out of them after 72 hours. You going AZ Ben Yehuda? Be careful out there, bro.
Come on, bro.
Keep your distance. It's wet out there. So you may have to go Flintstone. You may have to cut a hole in the floorboard of that van.
I'm here, boy.
Let's get some more, bro.
We back in this Revelation.
Yes, sir.
All right,
No, did you finish that all the way down? Did you finish verse 46? Second Ezra?
Did you want it all the way down?
I want it all the way down because it's very important that it go all the way down.
Okay.
Second Ezra chapter 2, you at verse 46. Y'all 11 minutes we got.
Okay,
What you laughing at, sister?
It was only 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's 2 minutes, bro. Look. We in that round.
That's a long 2 minutes.
We in that round, y'all. Y'all ain't hungry, is you? Let's get some more. Go ahead.
Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 46.
Yeah.
Then I said unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the son of Elohim.
Who it is?
The son of God. Whom they have confessed in the world.
What have they done?
Confessed him in the world.
So confess means you have to acknowledge that he came in the flesh, crucified, fulfilled Isaiah 53, fulfilled all of the Isaiahs.
Born of a virgin.
Born of a virgin. And it said, this what they confess. Go ahead.
Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Most High. Then the angel said unto me, go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Most High thy Elohim thou hast seen.
So this is the first martyrs, y'all, so that we don't lose faith. They got their white robes, y'all, and gave their life up, y'all. It ain't going to be too hard, y'all, because we already got our example that this is what's going to happen for you if this comes upon you. But if you chicken out, it's going to be a problem, y'all, at the last day, because now we getting the trumpets. But y'all, we're going to hold on the seals, and I just want to run 2 trumpets, and y'all will close out. I just have one to close out with. But y'all read all of that. We just going to get right into the trumpets, because some of the trumpets go with the seals. A seal could run 2,000 years. We're still under the seal where the Messiah opened the seal. And what I mean is when he got crucified, the seal opened, the first seal, because they said worthy. He first had to accomplish that before he's given authority to open the seals. So we know the first seal cannot crack open until the Messiah was crucified. It's impossible for it to be before that, because then you got somebody else dying for his name, and that ain't the case. So that's why he asked Peter, who do men say I am? Some say John the Baptist. Some say Elijah. Some say you may be Jeremiah. He said, who do you say I am? You the Son of the living God. He said, Ain't no flesh and blood told you that, but my Father and the Spirit only. So we understand at that point, seal number 1 is ready to be opened and accomplished, but the Messiah had to do that. That's why it's so dangerous for non-messianics that don't believe in the Messiah. They don't even know what seal been opened yet. And the seal gonna open to them may be the Antichrist looking like the Messiah's to come. You don't believe in them right now? Seal already been opened. What you think been taking place? Let's get some more real quick. Go ahead. We're going to Revelation 8. So y'all, the seals are from Revelation 5 to Revelation 8. We're going to cut it off at 6. Y'all get into chapter 7 and 8. And then the trumpets pick up. Remember, the seals explain the wrath that's coming. Get yourself in order. Like we get taken to the wilderness. The wilderness is just the beginning of ourselves. And then you go through the rod of correction. That's what we did in the old wilderness. Everybody think the wilderness was paradise. We lost more people in the wilderness than we lost in Egypt. We lost 3,000 at one time. Then we lost everybody from 20 years and up. We lost them too in the wilderness. We warred with at least 15 nations that paid the price. After we took the kingdom, they had to pay for how they did us in the wilderness. The wilderness is not a place of peace. The wilderness is just like it is today. A root. The Messiah came a root out of dry ground. It's dry ground right now, y'all, meaning that ain't no green grass growing. Meaning ain't nobody tilling the word of the Most High like it should be done. So He's going to have to send something to wake us up. Y'all, we'll be lured to sleep. Y'all, we'll come down here every Sabbath and do what we're doing and we'll fall asleep. And when we woke up, we'd be like, what time is it? We still down there today? No, it's been 1,000 years. Y'all, we can't be lured to sleep. We got to watch as well as what? Pray. You have to know what time it is so the thief don't come in and break up the house. Let's get some more. Where we at?
The book of Revelation.
Chapter 8, yes sir.
Chapter 8, verse 1.
We're only going to run 2 trumpets, y'all.
And it reads, and when he had opened the 7th seal.
So y'all see we at the final seal of the seals, just the 7th one, which lead right into the trumpets. Go ahead.
There was silence in heaven about the space of half an hour. And I saw the 7 angels which stood before God, and to them were given 7 trumpets. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all saints upon the altar, upon the golden altar, which was before the throne. And the smoke of the incense which came with the prayers of the saints ascended up before God out of the angel's hand. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar and cast it into the earth. And there were voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. And the 7 angels which had the 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth. And the third part of the trees were burnt up, and all green grass was burnt. So when we were talking about this and that, we was discussing, it said a third part of the trees and all green grass. So we see these forest fires, these fires happening in LA and stuff, burning up everything. Now all the grass get burned up because technically the sun could burn the grass up. Without a fire, your grass would be like California, or Phoenix or Vegas. All their grass is burned up. They actually have to bring in artificial grass. So we're seeing that taking place right now with a third of the trees being burned up. California, and when you burn up all the trees, you remove the oxygen from off of Earth because trees provide the oxygen. That's why you got to be careful you don't cut them all down. Now, if we're removing all the oxygen and then a nuclear bomb hit, you ain't got nothing to even halfway clean up that nuclear radiation. So you're breathing in raw radiation in your lungs. Y'all, if y'all don't understand the state we are in right now, and they're trying to open up that CERN machine and open up that bottomless pit, they saying we see dark matter and we know if we let the genie out of the bottle, it may not be no coming back. They already saying AI is out of control. We may not get it back. Y'all, this AI is probably walking around amongst us right now. We don't even know they done perfected. Remember, they're 10 years ahead of anything they release. And they probably just have it sitting around you. You ain't got a clue. So when
Where the technology at? Go ahead, bro. What you saying?
and he's saying the third part of this, is it just like when he say, you know, just the third part of Israel gonna be saved?
Absolutely. There's still 2/3 of trees left. You know, because it still have to have, you know, certain things in place because the end is not yet. It's just so when we start seeing a third part of the trees burning, we see grass, that means it's starting to get your house in check. Look, it's getting close. Look, the horn's gonna start to blow. Be ready. So before we hold that, and we're only gonna read 2 trumps, but what I want to do is get to right where these things are already set up. Just Numbers 10 chapter, just the first couple, and we're gonna see what the trumpets were for. And then just as Exodus 19, y'all, we just gonna run this last trumpet. We're gonna close out, and I believe that's gonna fit right inside. Let me look. I'm looking, y'all. I'm trying to measure this through our daily bread time, y'all, because it's daily bread. When we eat our daily bread, we go off the 24-hour clock.
Okay. So it's only.
Who hungry now? Say you hungry, Zed. Okay.
Just say it. Let's just say it.
Let's get it, y'all. Real quick. Go ahead, run that.
You said Numbers 10?
Yeah, Numbers 10.
All right,
Run a few verses. We'll stop it where we need to, y'all. So we understand there's nothing new under the sun. We already got our blueprint. So when you got a blueprint, follow the blueprint, y'all. If you don't follow the blueprint and follow another one, you're going to get a side effect. Side effect could be man worship. Side effect could be fleeing right into the enemy's territory where you got it good and you run off somewhere else. And you got to make sure that who's telling you to run is not a hireling. If he ain't over there doing like this saying, welcome, welcome, I've been here 2 years, come on in. If you don't see that, there's a charlatan at work. He's probably got a mansion in Florida. Let's get some up.
The book of Numbers chapter 10 verse 1.
What it say?
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Make thee 2 trumpets of silver. Of a whole piece shalt thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly and for the journeying of the camp.
Y'all understand? So that's what the trumpets are for. Same trumpets, y'all. The program don't change. It's so that we can call the assembly together, and when we supposed to move, we got different sounds. Go ahead.
And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And if they blow but with one trumpet, then the princes, which are heads of the thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves unto thee.
So if we hear just one trumpet, like when you hear a tornado warning on the first Monday of the month, that's the first thing you think, right? Yeah. Is this the first Monday of the month? Okay, this one don't count. It could be counted, you know, if you get alerts on TV, but normally, you know, this is the one sound and the second one didn't sound, so we ain't got to worry about it. Go ahead.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
No, verse 4.
Yeah. You going, Narco? Y'all be careful out there. Yes, sir. We're out there. Yes, sir. Always at the beginning, though. Always at the beginning. No matter what we do. At the beginning. Go ahead.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
When ye blow the alarm, then the camps that lie on the east parts shall go forward. When ye blow an alarm the second time, then the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journey. They shall blow an alarm for their journey.
So y'all, we had order, we had structure, when to move. Right now, we're out of order. People got us moving on different things that we should be. Man, they say he over here. He say come over to this land, come over to that land. Y'all, we ain't heard the trumpets 2 in a row. If we did, we're hearing them 2 in a row at different locations. And I explain what I mean by this. At the Million Man March, Farrakhan promoted a whole doctrine called philosophy, how they feel. He's promoting that. But guess who he got at the Million Man March that come up after him? He got Benjamin Carter, who's saying he the Messiah, and then you got Hulan Mitchell. So you got 2 men claiming they the Messiah. But a philosopher is blowing the trumpet. Which one of them is the real Messiah? Come forward. See, they playing what was that show called when they say, will a real person stand up? You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know that show. So this is what you got. Israel got to choose now. Which one of them is the real Messiah here listening at this philosopher event? That don't believe your Messiah. He puts Elijah Muhammad over there, and you got the 2 Messiahs saying, we revelation they promote him. Do you know the words came out of Benjamin's Carter's mouth when he introduced Farrakhan? I give to you his excellency, but he don't believe you the Messiah.
Right.
Well, you just told him you ain't in more than one word. But y'all, this is the level of what we're talking about.
Dude, and then he come up on higher steps.
But on higher steps, he up there, you introducing him, it should be the other way around. If they keep saying, do you know your Bible, and they Muslim, why don't they say, do you know your Quran? And yet you still point to him, one chasing a whore doctrine, a hireling, and you at his event. Right. And the children of Israel ready to make a move. Let's get some more of this. Run that real quick, y'all, and close it out. Where you at?
I heard 7.
Yeah.
But the congregation.
Numbers 10 and 7.
Numbers chapter 10, verse 7.
Yeah.
But when the congregation is to be gathered together, ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound alone. And the sons of Aaron, the priest, shall blow with the trumpets, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generation.
So now we see the trumpets were blown by the high priest. He had to set the mark for war. Right. Since we ain't under the Aaron no more, we under Melchizedek. This is why Revelation 5 and 5, the root of David, got hold of the seals now and in charge of the trumpets. Right. It's the new high priest. The high priest after the order of Melchizedek got control of the trumpets. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And control of the plagues. We ain't in Mount Sinai no more. It ain't going to be like that in Egypt. The situation will be the same. There's supernatural things taking place. Right. But we got a new high priest, y'all, which is an old high priest. He was the high priest in the Garden of Eden called the Tree of Life. You can eat from that high priest. Yeah. But this one who used to be a high priest?
No.
The one that has the knowledge of good and evil. It never called him the tree of good and evil. It said he had the knowledge of it. He was a high priest too. He had on a breastplate. Yeah. When you read Ezekiel 1, Satan had on a breastplate.
Covered the cherubim.
Melchizedek priest. He was a covering cherubim. He was a high priest. But if we don't know the priesthood, y'all, we're going to fail. We're going to keep moving ourselves in the wrong position. And we're going to guess at when the trumpet sounding and we ain't going to hear the sound. Let's get some more real quick. Well, yeah, you finished with that. You finished with that number. Real quick. So, Exodus 19, just 19 and 14, y'all. We're going to see because we started off Ezekiel 20:33, say it has to go down just like in Egypt. The process will be exactly the same. The only difference be we ain't coming out of one location. We're coming out of 4 locations on earth. I'm gathering you from the 4 corners of the earth. That's where I'm going to gather you from. If you be in Jerusalem, like it say in Matthew 24, flee to the mountains. So even if you ain't home in Jerusalem, you got to run to the mountains. It didn't say run to the wilderness. It say run to the mountain. The mountain going to split open. All mountains, y'all, are nuclear proof. Yes. Every leader has their bunker beneath mountains. Miles underneath a mountain. They said they had bunker busters that he put on Iran, remember? Mm-hmm. But they said he ain't did nothing. He just made a little parking lot space, but he ain't messed up their program. They looked at that film and said, shit, he ain't did nothing. You could break wind and make a bigger hole in that.
Yeah. Well, that's because the Most High said if you in a disobedient mindset, when it goes down, he said you could dig yourself to the bottom of hell.
To hell. Yes, sir.
Down there and pull you out of there.
From under there. Ain't nowhere to hide.
So you ain't escaping judgment or the wrath of Elohim.
Exodus 19 real quick, y'all. 19 and 14. Just run a couple verses. We're going to run that last one and y'all we're closing out.
All right, the book of Exodus chapter 19 verse 14.
Huh? What y'all saying? Yeah, yes sir. He's like, look, he say, I'm here.
He got vigor.
There's that turn of time, and there's that new time. I'm reading. So let's keep it moving. Go ahead, man.
All right, Exodus chapter 19 verse 14.
What it say, bro?
And Moses went down from the mount unto the people, and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, be ready against the 3rd day. Come not at your wives.
So, and he's saying because, technically, because you'll be unclean at even if it's the marriage bed is undefiled. But that comes out of you is blood. and blood have to be washed away. And blood, since it's on you, you have to be considered unclean till evening or till the sun go down, because that's when it'll show itself if it's unclean. Every man in here, what I hear is that if it's unclean, you'll know within hours and you'll be down on grain at the clinic. So let's keep it moving. How's that license?
Is it still on ground?
Yeah.
It ain't been on ground in 20 years.
Well,
Verse 16. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning
yeah,
that there were thunders and lightning and a thick cloud upon the mount,
yeah,
and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled.
It's going to be the same way on the seventh trump, because it's the voice of the Lord. That's his voice that's going to sound like a trumpet. When he let loose, you're going to really hear what you would think a tornado warning. Go ahead. What does it say?
And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with God. And they stood at the nether part of the mount. And Mount Zion was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire. And the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace. And the whole mount quaked greatly. And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and God answered him by a voice. And the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount. And the Lord called Moses up to the top of the mountain, to the top of the mount. And Moses went up.
And as y'all read the rest of it, you're going to see that he told the people, don't gaze through and try to look, because I'm about to put you down. Nobody has seen the face of the Father. Nobody has seen the face of the Messiah in his glory. And I'm talking about in his glory. He was transfigured in Matthew 16 in front of Peter now. But that was not in his glory. And what we're talking about is the power and the majesty he'll have before the world was. I'm talking about that glory, that where you can really see what pureness is. That glory, that's what he has. Father, give me back that glory I had before the world was. When they'll look at me like I am the God that you set me up to be on planet Earth. He's not calling himself God in the sense that I'm taking over the Father like Satan did. He said, me and my Father one. I'm his mouthpiece. Y'all got a problem with that? But y'all accept the mouthpiece over here. You said a Negro to tell how many chicken wings he could eat in one setting as third from heaven. But one whose spirit never seen found, y'all got a problem with that. That's a problem within itself, ain't it? Where we at? Okay, so let's just run that last one and we'll close on now. Revelation, I want to get right back to that second trump. So y'all, we know that first trump lasted, the first seal cracked open at least 2,000 years, because that's how long it's been since the Messiah was crucified. Y'all understand the time we're under. All the nations of other gods can't prove who they are without using the timeline of the birth of Christ. This is how important it is, y'all. If you're a full-blooded Egyptologist and you let come out of your mouth, look, I want you to talk about that Bible's old. Look, the pyramids been here 3,500 BC. And once he say BC, who you basing that timeline off? Whose life are you talking about? See, that's the problem with they don't even understand he's the volume of the book, and you're going to mention him without even knowing. You're hollering 3,500 years BC. How dare you count from the birth of Christ and say he don't even exist? Count from Pharaoh time then. Count from the time Pharaoh was born. Move up, backwards, and forwards. You understand what I'm saying now? And let us count from that man and see if our count is off. Or are we in the year 2025, as the script say, in the name of our Lord? So what we'll have to do is find a king that go back 2,000 or whatever the years is and say time is based off of him. But time is based off the Messiah. You can hate all you want, but you can't count unless the birth of the Messiah is represented. So once again, the seal opened that Isaiah 53 is fulfilled, because the count starts at his birth. A child is given. A son is born. The count starts at that point. Forward and backwards. From the birth of Messiah. Everything AD. The Council of Nicaea AD. This after Christ had ascended. Did they decide, well, we don't like what's written in them books. I think it ought to be this way. They ain't changed nothing in the Bible. Council of Nicaea. You can't find one verse of Council of Nicaea in this New Testament. If you did, you would already say it and quit BSing us and saying they did it. Show us what they did. Do the chapter and verse. Shame yourself, but you ain't gonna shame us. You want a prescription, that's what you want. You don't want to die. You don't want give us our daily bread. You want a prescription. You want some of the side effects. No judgment day. We can be reincarnated. No judgment day. We can do this. And anybody could be the Messiah. No judgment day.
Just make me feel good.
Just make me feel good. Day. Last one, y'all. Run that last one, Revelation. Where you at? 8 and what?
An angel sounded, and as it were a great mountain burning, with fire was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood.
So either this has already happened, or there's going to be a major earthquake, a volcano eruption that's going to spill lava into the sea. And it's basically going to break off and disappear into the sea, y'all. They already naming 3 or 4 volcanoes that's been dormant for years, and they say we got active rumbling now.
Yep.
Could hit anywhere, but those are warnings. We got active rumbling. Oh, them heathens don't know what they're talking about, okay? Okay, some things you have to pay attention to. When they say it's active rumbling, if you don't believe them, just watch the animals. You still got to watch those. If you don't believe them, watch the animals. They always going to go to high ground. They're going to move a certain way. If the eclipse is happening, we're going to know if the Antichrist is not, because guess what? All the animals going to lay down and go to sleep because they're going to think it's night. So once you start watching nature itself, if the paperwork go away, then you stay on point. You cannot be deceived because the sun and the moon ain't going to break ranks. So if they take away all the calendar, it ain't going to break ranks. You still don't know what your feast days are and what the Sabbath is. It ain't going to break ranks. We don't even want to break ranks. Let's read that last part and we'll close on that. Where you at?
Verse 9.
Yeah.
And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died.
So we ain't got that now unless they're not reporting, y'all. But we are hearing. Have y'all seen the trash that they pull out of there? Not only this, but Trump blowing up dope boats. Where do you think that dope is going? It's some dolphins and whales high as hell in the ocean. Either they on fentanyl or cocaine. But we got beasts under there. High is the cost of living.
And just bombed Nigeria.
So, yeah, and then, like I say, because ice is there, and I'm talking about, though, so your fish that's in the ocean, like I say, Ezekiel, we're going to eat our bread defiled. Some of that cocaine fish. If you eat some Jack Simon and all of a sudden you start tweaking, more hot sauce, more hot sauce. Got to have that Jack. Got to have that Jack.
Best Jack I ever had.
Yeah, boy, look here, let's get some more. Go ahead, bro.
Become a real Jack.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Verse 9 again.
Yeah.
And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died. And the third part of the ships were destroyed.
So now we're talking about what ships? We're talking about people putting their ships out there to war. Every time we read Trump moving a ship into this space, he got all of Venezuela surrounded with his ships. Now, if Russia got submarines that they can't chase or they don't know where they at, their radar is that good. All of a sudden, they just pop out of the water on you. They're going to blow your ship out of the water. It's going to happen there first, y'all. All of that race, all y'all have to think about is the 4th of y'all live the next day. That's just from firecrackers and a few cherry bombs. Do y'all see the haze of that gunpowder in the air for 2 or 3 days? Guess what? You breathing that in, Elijah.
Yes.
Now y'all think about nuclear that burns. They still suffering from 1940 when they dropped the bombs on Hiroshima and knocking your socks off. They still suffering. That was hydrogen.
Yep.
They have what's now called thermonuclear.
Yeah.
It's a bomb they put in the size of this, like the thermos in the old lunchbox. One of those has the power of 250 what they dropped on Hiroshima. I want y'all to understand that. Thermonuclear. versus hydrogen nuclear. Both deadly and destructive. But this one suitcase bomb can do 250 of those. Where we at, y'all, if life on this planet? And the life is in the hand of the deaf.
Yes, sir.
One launch, y'all, that's why they got mad. Mutual assured destruction that they sign a contract. Whoever launches first is the end of the world. Do y'all agree? We're going to sign the mad contract. Because you technically going to be mad if you do that. But if Israel going to get the kingdom back, they going to get mad. And they're going to pursue us like they did in Egypt. They're going to pursue. That's why he say, I'm going to get them because they're going to be pursuing. Once they realize what this is all about, and we was going to get into some Ezekiel 38, is the pursuing. I want y'all to look at that like Exodus 19, when Pharaoh let us go, and then he pursued us. So supernatural, what we call IFO, identifiable flying object, had to protect us in Exodus 14 chapter. It saved us a light before us, and it blocked them off in pure darkness behind us, so they couldn't make it. It's the same way in Mount, he gonna touch down on the Mount of Olives. He gonna grab us up just like that. He gonna protect us from World War III, or the nations getting together saying, go get them again. We shouldn't have let them go.
Right.
We shouldn't have gave it to them. Y'all, we're gonna be servants forever.
Yep.
We shouldn't have let them go. Let's mount up and go get them. And that's when the Messiah gonna destroy them, or the Antichrist at the second coming. But first, they're going to run through the two witnesses. Y'all get into the book of Nicodemus, the 20th chapter. They're going to tell you it was Enoch and Elijah. That they'll be the two. The battle with the Antichrist. Y'all, we ain't even got to that stage yet. And you know what the battle going to be? When they going to say, if you quote anything out of this, it's hate speech. What does that mean for this nation? Public Dog 97-280. The Bible is the official word of God. If they say it's hate speech, the Antichrist is on the earth.
Yes.
I want y'all to understand it, because now they're saying it's anti-Semitic talk.
Right.
Even though we Semitic, they'll say if you quote this, you're anti and you're quoting hate speech. Once this becomes hate speech, because in America it's in your courthouse and they say, put your hand on it. This is all power and truth. Once they say the famine is here, y'all, we're going to know the Antichrist is on the earth.
Because he said there's going to be a famine of the word,
of
not
the word.
Of bread and water,
yes,
but
sir.
of the word of God.
Yes, sir.
That's why he says, seek me now while I can be found.
So look at what's taking place, y'all. Absolutely. Look at what's taking place. They rolled Kanye West. They rolled Kanye. And they rolled Ron Dalton. And why I'm naming these three is because they rolled them because they got them on tropes. And what a trope is, somebody else say something about another nation, and you post that. But Kanye said, I can't be anti-Semitic. Okay, we'll leave you alone. What they get them on? I'm going DEFCON 3 on y'all. So you're saying I'm going to slaughter all the Jews, or the white Jews, the pretenders. So we're going to bust your ass on that. Candace Owen is the only one that's saying, you Revelation 3 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Now say I'm promoting hate speech, I dare you. She can't, because Israel muscles the United States and they say this is their holy book. Until Israel tell them, you got to get rid of that. There's a new sheriff in town. Y'all can't use the Bible no more if you're still going to be on our team. When America say we can't trust this no more, even though they break the laws of it, that ain't got nothing to do with what they say come out of their mouth. It's the official word of God, like all nations do, and say, your God is God after a miracle. When they do that, y'all, it's at the door. Ain't no need in us playing with each other. Ain't no need in us seeking no more books. Ain't no need no other knowledge, because the powerhouse on planet Earth and the dollar still reigns supreme. You can holler it's only worth 70 cents of what it's worth. It's still worth more than every other currency on Earth. Y'all have to understand that. And they got all the gold. America has more gold. If you do Google right now, who has the most gold? America got more gold than China, Russia, and all of the Koreans combined. So not only do they got the flesh money, they got the world's money, of what we call gold. The earth's money. This the powerhouse, y'all. But they are being controlled by somebody they made a deal with. Those that control the Holy Land, the land of Canaan. Whoever controls Jerusalem, control planet Earth. That's what the battle is. Let us get Jerusalem. If we get Jerusalem, we control the earth.
That's why Job 9:24 said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Yeah.
Because Esau has moved into Jerusalem.
Yes, he moved into the land of Canaan.
Residence, and he rules the whole earth.
Yeah.
In every government. He has the money to remove governments and replace them with puppet governments.
Yes, sir. Make them go against each other.
Yep.
But when y'all look at that, the seal, the 5th chapter, also you read that, Matthew 24, but that Mark 13, 12 through 20 breaks down them seals, opening up, and it's going to hold right around Matthew 24. Y'all, we already been warned. We just running out of patience. But when we got into this 2,000 years that passed, had it for you, Lots?
Yep.
How long had the Messiah been crucified when you found out the gospel and you was an Israelite? 2,500 years, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
So how you tired in 2 years?
Just was born.
Boy, look here. And we tired already and ready to run off. Y'all, we have to understand, he told us, go in that room, and when I come get you, you get out. And y'all know how funny he was. You come out of that room before time, you think cause she done already watched her favorite TV show, she gonna be light on you, and you come out, hey mama, how you doing? Get your ass back in that room. Didn't I tell you not to come out of, I just came out to see if
don't
you
be
need
messing with the
something
door.
out of the kitchen. I don't need nothing, get back in there. Now come out of there, and I'm gonna beat your donkey again.
Yes, sir. And don't touch that.
And don't touch that. No more. So y'all, we own punishment, y'all, but we can get good time.
If
While
we
we're here.
obedient.
If we obedient. He'll put that hedge around us. We'll be just like they was in Goshen. Chilling like this. Watching everything go on around us. If y'all don't understand why it ain't happening to y'all now, the woes we have are everyday woes. Financial issues. Mad at your significant other one. Children acting crazy. Those are normal, everyday things.
Right. But notice this though. Most of us live in the hood.
Yeah.
Most of us have a protective hedge around us.
Yeah.
Because in most of the hoods we live in is complete violence.
Yeah.
And we are protected. We get to move and groove and
Yes,
move
sir.
about at free will.
But look what they do to Elisha. They say, okay, this is how they play the flip-flop on. Okay, we'll give y'all Martin Luther King. We'll even give you a boulevard of the non-violent man. But I don't care where you go in America, the most violence go down on Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Okay.
So this is how they do it. The most non-violent man, we're going to give him a street, but all the violence going to take place on his street. So if he wants to be resurrected, he see, Lord have mercy, what is going on here? Did I dream that?
Yeah. Did I do that?
Yeah. So we got to close on now. Y'all got any questions or concerns before we close out?
No, sir. All good.
Lord, y'all got any questions? Nick, any questions or concerns?
No, sir.
What time the concert tonight, Lord? Or we already happened? It's over?
Yeah.
Oh, you had
Oh, did we was it last night?
Yeah, last night and then last Sunday.
Oh, okay.
You had one here?
Yeah.
You had a concert here?
Yeah. So is it true you
It's
going?
like, it's not really like a concert, it's kind of.
Yeah, this kind of, I know talking about the meet and greet type of deal. So it ain't true that you gonna sing "I Deserve" before we get out of here. I was just saying, I kind of got it on the bar.
As long as he ain't singing.
Yes, sir. But that's my jam, Lord. You know what it is, bro. Do something to me. That's true soul music.
Man.
It's true soul music because it resonates with the class we're talking about. Who's worthy?
Yeah.
That deserves that. That praise and that honor, cause to go on the chopping block like that and suffocate being crucified and get all them whips put on your back with fish hooks in them, boy, you couldn't pay us the power bar that they just had to go through that and snatch your beard off their face. Just snatch yours off, Nat. Just get a handful and just roll over here.
Nat looking like a
Let's close out, y'all. We got any questions or concerns? Too bad.
No, sir. Excellent.
Hope we got some understanding on these seals, y'all. Watch the seals, y'all. We know we into 2. Let's verify and see if we move to 3, y'all. We got to stay on point. Or you gonna give up because you think you already should be in set. That'd be bad for you, wouldn't it, like?
real bad if you're jumping around like that, boy. So now, Tito.
What's this? Slow down, Tito, Dad. Go ahead.
We get this closing prayer with the Most High's permission in the name of His only begotten Son.
Yes, sir.
After this manner, therefore, pray ye.
Yes, sir.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Yes, sir.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah! Say God! If y'all got a shekel or two, y'all, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Israel, so much. Thank you, stranger, that believe in our Heavenly Father and our High Priest. And you follow after those same commandments. Thank y'all so much for all y'all do.
Yes, sir.